Cool. Hello, welcome to the Football Social with Sky Bet. We have got our busiest sofa of all time in Football Social history, as we will be doing a watch-along special for Man City versus Man United. That is our feature game. It will also be giving you an update of the Arsenal versus Wolves game. Right, so joining me, first up, Man City legend and a man that was very animated last time he was on the show. It is, of course, Shaun Goater. Shaun, back on the show. Thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure. I'm excited today. Looking forward to this one.
Now, next to you, obviously, you've got your Man City hat on, big Man City fan, Man City legend. Next to you is a Man United, huge Man United fan. It is, of course, Al Foran.
How are you, Smithy?
There we go. Al, making your Football Social debut. Excited to be here?
I'm excited to be here. A bit nervous for this game.
You are, aren't you?
Slightly dreading it.
Should be.
with the Pogba news, yeah, I'm slightly dreading it.
Yes, we'll bring you the team news very shortly. And, of course, we all know Al from his impressionist fame. So we may be asking you to drop a few impressions during the show.
Oh, no problem at all, yeah. We have, whatever, a couple of hours, no problem.
Whatever. Anyone. OK, so if any impressions you want to see Al do, let us know. Next to him, I've got to say, that is one of our best retro kits we've ever had. Pete Dorman. What era is that?
91, 92 away.
91, 92.
Authentic as well.
It's nice.
Fit it like that as well, then.
No, go down a few sizes.
Go down a few sizes. Will Brazier from Sport, back by popular demand. Will, you're doing Social Corner for us, so just remind the viewers what you're looking for and how they can get in touch.
Yes, mate. All you have to do, at Football Daily, at Soccer AM, hashtag the Football Social. Get your questions in. Only the good ones will be answered. Only the good ones.
OK. And as we said earlier, our feature game is, of course, the big Manchester derby. But Dave has got his own chair. They're very comfy, these chairs, Dave, aren't they?
I've got my ball.
Very comfy, these chairs. Can you remind the viewers what game you will be
I'm watching
looking at?
Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, to give them their full name. I'm feeling very confident. Yes, I expect a nice easy win. Arsenal,
Do you?
at least 2 goals to the good.
Yeah, Wolves started very strongly, but lost the last 3. Big game for Wolves. It's a big game for Arsenal as well. It's quite
massive
open at
game,
the top,
if
isn't
anything,
it?
Smith. Massive
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Now, just remember, you are only watching Arsenal Wolves. So leave the Manchester derby to these guys. You're watching Arsenal versus Wolves. And as we said, get involved in the comments section. Get your questions into Will. He'll read the best ones out on Soccer AM and on Football Daily. Right, we can give you the results from earlier on today. And yesterday, the whole weekend results, in fact. Cardiff, big win for them, beating Brighton 2-1. Brighton went down to 10 men in that one, of course, it was a late winner. Huddersfield drawing at home to West Ham. Leicester 0, Burnley 0. Newcastle, huge win at St James's Park as they're looking to find a bit of form under Rafa Benitez. They went 2-1 winners against Bournemouth. Southampton Watford ended 1-1. Crystal Palace 0, Spurs 1, thanks to one Foyt. First goal for Tottenham. Big win for Spurs, that. Liverpool 2. Fulham 0, that was early from today. Mohamed Salah and Jordan Shaqiri with the goals. And Chelsea-Everton, that game ended 0-0. So, with all those results, this is the table as it stands. Liverpool find themselves top. That's 30 points from 12 matches with a goal difference of plus 18. But, of course, Man City will go back to the top of the table with just a draw because of their superior goal difference. Chelsea in 3rd and Spurs in 4th. Arsenal, Dave, in 5th. But So, let's chat team news. Pogba. Big news. Al, got to come to you first. Paul Pogba is not in the United squad. How big a blow is that?
I suppose he's the creative cog in the midfield, but it's also the aura of Pogba playing that will, it'll please Man City a bit more today. I mean, they were confident coming into the game anyway, but it's a massive blow.
You look really gutted the fact that he's not in the squad, mate.
He should be.
Yeah.
Sean, from an opposition's point of view, let's get your from Man City's
He's
hat
just
on.
handed the game to City. He's just handed it. No Pogba. That's the creation there. That is the creation and the supply line for United. So I'm buzzing with that.
I think the other worry is playing 2 midfielders like Fellaini. Like I do like. Fellaini has grown to me. I was very critical of him for a while, but I do like him coming on in the 70th minute. I don't like him starting games. I think with that midfield of Silva, the 2 Silvas and Fernandinho, they'll just be able to, the supply line will be so easy for them.
The other thing that jumps out from this shot of us 3 that I've just seen is that I probably need a pillow because I seem quite low down in this chair compared to you two. Dave, do you feel the same over where you're sat? Do you feel like we're quite low down? just me? I don't know if I need a pillow or not. We were talking Pogba. Interesting, I want to get Pete Dorman's thoughts here, because as soon as you guys heard the news Pogba wasn't playing, you were delighted, Shaun. They've handed the game to City. Al, you were devastated. You made a very interesting point in the green room, Pete, that it could work to United's advantage playing Fellaini in that role.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously never good that you lose one of your biggest voices in the team. Pogba is the superstar in that United team, but defensively, he doesn't actually offer much. You know, looking at last season, he started like 25 games. United were averaging like 2.1 points per game, whereas without him, they were averaging pretty much the same, but they were conceding more. So when Pogba starts, they conceded like 0.8 goals per game as opposed to 0.5 without him. So what he gives going forward, he doesn't give going back. So I think if United, Mourinho was obviously going to set up defensively here with Fellaini in the middle. They're just going to try and break it down. I think he also, Pogba turns the ball over about 6 times a game compared to Matic, who does like 1.2, like less than 2. So you can't be turning the ball over in those action areas. You saw it against Wolves, you saw it against Chelsea. Pogba has made big mistakes. I do like him. I do think he's fantastic, but I don't think it's as bad as United fans might think without him.
Yeah, very good point, that. And guys, let us know what you think in the comments section about Pogba. How much of a blow is Paul Pogba not being in the Man United squad? Can they make do without him? Got to talk about Jose Mourinho. Brilliantly, can we get Jose Mourinho's thoughts, please, on the midweek result?
I think there was a lot of criticism from the Juventus fans, and I think there was outrage. I hear Graham Souness, your colleague, talk about it, say it was disgraceful. But I think I just had to defend myself after the game. I had to go like that, you know. Look who's talking now. I have won, Champions Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, Premier League, 3 Premier Leagues. Where is the monitor?
There's the camera.
Where's the camera?
There it is, there, that
Premier
one.
League. So I think the fans in Italy need to shut up.
OK.
I think so. Because I win the treble in Italy, and then they are still raging about that. Now I need water.
Brilliant, Alpha, and the first of many impressions on the show. Shaun, on a serious note, not that wasn't serious, of course, very entertaining.
They were talking rubbish.
They were the scenes. There you can see in the back wall there, Jose Mourinho's celebration. What did you make of that celebration there?
Well, Jose, again, making it about himself, you know. And as you'd expect, but at the same time, he's got to get back to being special. And special is winning football games, making tactical moves that change the game and affect the game. So that's what he's got to get back to, but not today.
Mourinho? Pete?
Look, I think like...
Take a breath.
Yeah, I'm not going to go a Mourinho bash, but United were very lucky to be in that game after 80 minutes. You know, they had no business being in that game. And it's not as if it was a Mourinho masterclass. It was quite lucky. Yes, he threw on Fellaini, but that's not really tactics. Throw on a big man up top when you need a goal. United got lucky, United got the result, but I think that should be the players digging in and getting up, whereas Mourinho comes on the pitch, takes all the attention off the players, puts it on himself. Everybody else is clipping him out, putting him on social media as if it was his achievement, as if something he did. United need all the confidence they can get going into this game. And I think it's always about the Mourinho show. It's always about Mourinho's ego over the United team.
Right, we can have a look at some of the pictures. These are the scenes at the Etihad right now. Moments away from kick-off, only moments away. The players on the pitch. Obviously, there is a fantastic remembrance service going on. Of course, it is Remembrance Day today, 100 years since the end of the First World War. It's great to see both sets of players, fans, embracing that there. Just coming out, so yeah, we are moments away. Team news is in. I think we've established that Paul Pogba is not playing, but we can give you the full team news. So for Man City, Ederson in goal, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy. Then they've got a midfield 3 of Silva, Fernandinho, and the other Silva, David Silva and Bernardo Silva, both starting either side of Fernandinho. Mahrez, Aguero, and Sterling up front. So very, very attacking. You happy with that team, Shaun Goater? You're buzzing with that team. So, yeah, one change, that is, just the one change for Pep Guardiola from the side that beat Southampton 6-1. That is Riyad Mahrez starting in place of Leroy Sané. Let's have a look at the Man United team. Big news, as we have alluded to earlier, Paul Pogba not even in the squad. So they've got De Gea in goal. Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Shaw make up the back 4. Midfield 3 of Herrera, Matic and Fellaini. Big game for Fellaini in there today. Lingard, Marcus Rashford playing as a number 9 and Martial. So it is on his 300th Premier League game. Jose Mourinho names 4 changes to the United side that won at Bournemouth last Saturday. Fellaini, Herrera, Lingard and Marcus Rashford all returning to the starting lineup. Pogba, as we've said, out through injury. Fred, Juan Mata, Alexis Sanchez dropped to the bench. And Lukaku, who's missed the last 2 games through injury, is also on the bench. So a lot of options for United on the bench today if this doesn't work out, if plan A doesn't work out.
It actually is a very strong bench with Lukaku and Sanchez being on the bench. I think with Martial in the lineup, I think he is the player that United have to depend on to produce something special in the game. He's been solid the last month or two. I think he got player of the month in October. United's player of the month in October. So
yeah.
No, you'd be relying on him to provide something, and I think Lingard can possibly. He hasn't got enough game time this year, but I thought he was one of United's top players last season.
Yeah,
it's good to see him.
The full bench:
again,
Jones, Sanchez, Mata, Lukaku, Fred, Romero, Darmian. So it's a lot of options there. For saying that though, we're talking about the options Man United have on the bench. Man City's bench: Kompany, Gundogan, Delft, Sane, Jesus, Foden, Muric. I mean, spoilt for choice.
Yeah. Stop it, City, stop it. Yes, it's ridiculous.
I like how you went really animated and then really serious in the same tone there.
It's quality, and the thing is, when City bring these players on, they all impact the game. They play so well. So, from City's point of view, it's brilliant. They got the depth. They got the depth.
Okay, yeah, just watching some great scenes. Manchester remembers on the big screen at the Etihad there, both sets of players and fans embracing and clapping what is a fantastic cause. Let's chat a little bit about Game 2, Dave. Arsenal versus Wolves.
Yes, massive game.
Yeah, massive. You seem to think that it's a really big game. Well, the moment I saw you today, you keep emphasising how much of a massive game it is.
You kind of also want to go into international break having gotten 3 points. We are slowly. I feel like unless we win today, we're going to start to be cast adrift a little bit, and it will be very difficult to get back into that top 4. So today is a must-win.
OK, let's go to social corner. Will, what are you asking the people? Have you got any good questions to give us so far?
I was just going to say I'm slightly nervous sat next to Dave after last week's experience of watching an Arsenal game with him. So
can you remind the viewers who didn't watch last week's show what happened last week?
Well, let's just say this laptop's it's lucky it's still here.
Dave was very animated in
get your questions in. The hashtag is @TheFootballSocial, @SoccerAM, @FootballDaily. First one direct towards Shaun. How long do you think Pep will stay at Manchester City?
Ooh, I like that question.
Well, I think Pep will actually stay there until he wins the Champions League, without doubt. And I think beyond that, I mean, he's just signed a nice long deal. So but he'll not be there as long as the Arsene Wenger's, Sir Alex Ferguson's. But I think we could see him there a good six years or so.
Because in previous projects, it's normally like 3 to 4 years.
He suffers burnout quite quickly. I find with Pep because he's so invested, he lives it, and he kind of he doesn't necessarily get bored, but just wants a new challenge, wants something different. I think the challenge of the Champions League is huge, but that's kind of like the apple at the end for him. But I can't see more than 2 seasons, to be honest. I think if City don't win the Champions League in the next 2 seasons, I don't see him staying.
Ooh.
Well, you heard it here first.
It's an exclusive.
I agree with Shaun. I think he is going to stay until he tries to win a Champions League. It's like a lot of the top teams in Europe aren't as good as they used to be years ago. City are.
Can they win the Champions League? Are they good enough to win the Champions League this season?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
Is that paying you to say that out?
Look, it pains me, but you have to be honest.
Yeah.
Looking at the teams there, the 2 favourites have to be City and Barcelona.
Yeah.
I would pick those 2 teams out of.
But, now we said that last year, and then they have failed in Europe. They haven't been
smiling.
Yeah, and it is. They haven't really proved themselves in Europe. Now, they have a top manager there who has won 2 Champions Leagues to guide them there. But, especially against Liverpool last season in those 2 legs. Like Liverpool, it was, I don't know what, it was like Liverpool were like their kryptonite last year.
Yeah, we just
every time they went
Liverpool.
up. Yeah.
That is seriously the one team you do want to avoid in the Champions League,
we want to avoid Liverpool. But in saying that, when you look at all the other top teams, the Real Madrids, PSG, these teams are not performing. This is a greater year for City to win it.
A couple of price boosts to give you as well. Man United, of course, unbeaten in their last 3 visits to the Etihad, winning twice as well. They are a 28-1 price boost to win 2-1 today. That is with Sky Bet. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. For more information, go to skybet.com. However, Man City unbeaten in their last 17 Premier League games since a 3-2 defeat against Man United, Shaun Goater, in April. Pep Guardiola's side are 11-1 price boost to win 3-1. So there it is on your screen now. Man City to win 3-1 was 10-1, now 11-1 with Sky. Sky Bet. And we are moments away from kickoff. Has your game kicked off yet, Dave?
No, not yet. They're showing a little huddle.
Dave, you're very calm. Dave Jackson last week, is it because you're not playing against Liverpool? I mean, this time last week you were paced up and down.
Because we just had the Remembrance stage thing, I was trying to be very respectful, Smithy. But now that's kind of happened. Now we can start kicking off. Yeah.
It's the bouncing the ball, isn't it? Is that a superstitious thing, a nervous thing? You were bouncing the ball a lot last week.
Well, I think it started at the World Cup, and I'd just like to carry it on. So, there you go.
And by the way, we can confirm that Dave Jackson does need a cushion when I just saw that shot of Dave next to Will. There we go. Will's actually ducking to get into shot.
Man, though, isn't he, Will? So.
Only 5'8", Dave.
There's nothing.
Both games are underway. Just kick.
Come on, Arsenal!
There we go. Sean, can we get a
nothing
motivational message down the camera too, please, for Man City, if fans are watching.
Stay tuned right now. Don't go away because it's all happening. See, dominating possession right now, and it'll continue this way.
There we go. Motivational message to the fans, Sean. What do you want to say to the fans?
Come on!
Al, have you got a message for Man United fans watching? Derby game, big game of the season.
As who, though? As who? Who do you...
As whoever you feel appropriate.
I suppose Mike Tyson would be appropriate.
Go.
I just want to say, man, don't let them suck the life out of you with possession. We got Sergio Aguero here with the ball, and it's the first shot on target. But look, we can do this. Let's try. Let's just stay positive, okay? Stay positive.
Mike Tyson. I like the fact Mike Tyson came in before any other Man United or Man City players.
Because come on, he said he didn't know who Manchester City was. He said that in an interview. Very rude. He did. He said it.
Will, let's go to you, social media corner. Any other questions? Have we put some polls out or any predictions? What is the consensus with what people are thinking the results are going to be?
So a lot of people going for City wins and a lot of people picking up on United's flaws after that big win in the week, but still got a few problems to identify. So a question from Danny Zucco. I don't know if it's the guy from Greece, but it says...
really good.
What are your thoughts on the Martial Manchester United contract saga? Al, do you want to see him commit a long-term deal?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very important to tie him and De Gea down to a long-term deal. They're two very important players. So, get that over and done with quickly.
Why is Martial's contract not been sorted out? He's a huge player, isn't he?
Huge player. Huge player. I'm not a fan of Sanchez either. I think
You're not?
it's caused a massive disruption, I think, with Sanchez. I don't know what his earnings is. Is it 400 or 500 grand a week?
He doesn't do badly, I don't think. No.
He doesn't do bad. No, I don't think we can say it, but it's fairly... Go on. It's fairly
Martial scored in 4 successive Premier League appearances for the first time in his career. 5 of his last 8 shots on targets have been goals. Man United's top scorer this season in all competitions. Yeah. Surely he's someone you've got to tie down.
Yeah, he has to be tied down. And I think as well, I like him playing on the left, but for when his first season with Van Gaal seemed to get the best out of him in his first season. I think he scored, 16, 17 goals in his first season, and he was playing up top as a number 9. You know, so try him out in that position a lot more often too.
But he's never scored against Man City, Al Foran, in 5 games.
I think the main issue with Martial is fees. It's like his wage, because he looks at like Pogba, who's on whatever, and Sanchez taking home like 350 a week after tax, and he's like, I want to be on the same as them. Yeah. And I think he is actually as important as them, because I think this season he's averaging a goal every 106 minutes. Yeah. Whereas look at
Chance to City.
Look at this is what...
It's been a good start for Man City, Sean, hasn't it?
Yes, and you know what? Sergio Aguero has got the platinum hairstyle. I'm loving it.
You liking it?
I am. Well, if I had hair, I'd have it as well. But I'll tell you what. This is actually a great chance for Sergio Aguero. David Silva pulls it back right on the penalty spot. He actually misses it. He totally misses it. And that is not like Sergio. The last time he's kicked the ball, he probably was about 7 or 8.
Would Shaun Goater in his prime have buried that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. May have been in the stands, but I would have buried it.
Corner?
Top corner, as always. Call your corners.
Quite an open game so far. Free kick to Man City in their own half. Just going back, Pete makes a good, interesting point there about the wages. It's not... Obviously, we know that... all Premier League players are paid very well, but it's not necessarily an issue of I want this amount of money. It's if you're seeing someone who you believe to be better than or having more of an impact to on less wages than you. It does create a bit of an issue in the dressing room. So when you were playing, was that ever an issue with you? If you knew a player was playing less than you but on more money, how does that make a player react?
You don't get too caught up in it, you know. It was only until... Well, I see Anelka come in and, you know, it's got the helicopters and all that stuff happening. Then you start thinking, well, hold on here. I'm in a Peugeot here. What's happening here?
Nothing wrong with driving a Peugeot, of
Nothing
course,
at all.
in case there's anyone who drives a Peugeot.
Nothing at all.
But you prefer a helicopter in that
I prefer a helicopter. No, he came in like Lamborghinis and all that.
Did he?
And then you thought, maybe I need to have a rethink about the old contract, the next one.
Still got the Peugeot?
Well, had to trade it in. But it's still all right.
OK. Was he one of the flashier players, is it safe to say, Nicholas Anelka, that you played with?
Yeah, but he was, I got on very well. He was a top guy, you know. He'd come in with all the latest gadgets and everything. But he did perform on the field. But he performed when, if we were playing Liverpool, United, Chelsea, he performed. If we played Bolton, he weren't bothered. You know, he just like, nah, not today.
Okay.
Sky's not there.
Great story, love that.
Oh, look at that.
Another chance for City. They're in behind Man United here. Chance. Oh. Goes
a ball
over for a
from
corner.
Silva.
All Man City. Big chance for Sterling there. Wins the corner, does well. Worrying times for Man United out forward.
Just looking at David Silva, he's just... He is going to run the show. In my opinion, he's the best player in the Premier League with Hazard. David Silva, he is. He's quality.
Really?
And he's just been consistent the last couple of years.
Is he the one player that you fear playing against?
He's the one player, yeah, and he's the one player I'd take a lot of players from City, but he is the number one player I'd take from Man City. I know how old is he? He's 33.
He's such a big player.
Yeah,
he's the kind of player that whenever Man City strengthen, they do strengthen a lot. He's always David Silva is still always so focal for Man City.
I don't remember we're talking about heartbreaks here. Jesus, the 6-1 game a couple of years ago. I remember the ball he played in for Dzeko.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was one of the best passes I've ever seen in a Premier League game. Like, you know, so he's.
You'll see another one today.
Stay
tuned, it's coming.
On that note, we need to get score predictions as the games are 0-0. 6 minutes into both games, 0-0 in both games. Can we get your prediction, please, Shaun Goater?
Well, I'm going bold, and I'm going 4-1 to City.
4-1?
I'm going 4-1.
OK.
And I have to say, he set up to park the bus without a Pogba, so I'm going 4-1.
Al Forum, what are you saying?
I'm going to take a 0-0.
You'll take 0-0.
I'm going to take a 0-0.
Very optimistic Man United fan.
I don't know, you have to be realistic.
It's going to be a long show.
I think this could be 1-0. I think City will score first.
1-0.
And because United this season have been very sluggish to start until they concede. And then they somehow, grind out results. But I think if United take 1-0 here, they'll go back in the second. Go back and very happy.
Away to Man City, I think United would take that,
start.
certainly. Will, what are you saying, mate? You made some bold predictions on last week's show.
Yeah, fun doesn't stop last week. Smithy going for 3-3, John Stones to score first.
3-3, John Stones to score. Wow, OK.
Love it.
Dave, I know that you're glued to the Arsenal versus Wolves game. What are you saying for
just seeing the way this game started, I think City wins this by at least 2 goals. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Man City. OK, I'm going to agree. Who said 1-0? I'm going to agree with that. I think score draw. Dave, Arsenal game. 8 minutes in, how's the game been? We started, we're trying to press the ball, which is good. We're trying to get high up the pitch.
Any real chances for either team?
Nah, not really. But we have actually started well, which is good. I haven't seen many good first half performances from Arsenal this season, even though they've been grinding out results. So it's nice to see them actually on the front foot, which is good.
Shaun, you had a bit of a moment there where your breathing was quite heavy. What happened?
Well, yes, I mean, it's a corner. It's a great ball in. Sergio, has been on the rates, uses his body.
Yeah.
Just leans on the player a little bit. He falls over, as United players do. But it was a great header. It was a great header, and it was Young on the line, so it was called for a foul on Sergio. But City are the one pushing more and looking to get more.
Definitely started the stronger of the two teams. Man City. We're now 9 minutes in, still 0-0 in both our games. Whilst you can't miss Sergio Aguero, can you, with his new barnet there? I mean, you can spot it a mile away.
It looked really good on Instagram. I was like, you know what, you've done well there. But seeing it in person, well, on TV,
on TV. Interestingly, Sergio Aguero, of course, is in the 150 Premier League club. And interestingly, fastest player ever to reach that landmark. Quickest player ever to reach 150 Premier League goals in Premier League history. Not bad, that is it?
That is something.
Yeah, Aguero second fastest after Shearer, was it?
Fastest in terms of minutes.
Oh, in minutes.
In terms of games, Shearer, yeah.
Shearer was 20.
Good knowledge. But fast in terms of minutes, 150 goals. Yeah. Not scored in his last 8 Premier League appearances against the big 6 teams, though. So, yeah, in terms of minutes played to reach 150 goals, Aguero reached the landmark more than 36 hours quicker than the next fastest, Alan Shearer. So that is some feats.
Yeah, it's quality. Here he is now.
Yeah, he's
different, really.
yeah.
It's interesting he's got this record against the top 6, though, isn't it? That he can't seem to. He's got a terrible record against Liverpool
so many
as well,
times. He loves scoring against United.
Yeah, but not in the last few games. It's
No.
not his last 8 Premier League appearances against the Big 6 team. He hasn't scored in, but I mean, don't rule him out
No,
today.
don't rule him out today.
Need to give Anelka a call, Shaun, get him back in the fold for the big games.
Yeah, I think I'll slip my boots on, but it won't be a need today. Won't be a need today. You know, for United's point of view, they got across the halfway line just now, so some good stuff for them.
Shaun, say what you think on this show.
Mourinho will look at this. 87% possession.
87% for Man City in the first 10 minutes.
Mourinho will be delighted if this goes into, say, the 55th, 60th minute nil.
He would say his
and
can turn the game.
And then he can turn the game.
But this was what happened in midweek. We saw your reaction against Juventus. Juventus were the better team. Let's have it right.
Oh,
but
my
you
God,
won the
far
game.
better team.
So Mourinho won't mind if the game stays like this.
He won't mind at all. And I think for the first time as well, I think a lot of United fans would definitely be in agreement with Mourinho for parking the bus here. Because how can you play against a team like this? Because they will just catch you on the break if you try and play
But the
against
thing
them
is,
all the time.
the teams they've struggled against are teams that have actually respected them and played against them. Like, with the
Chance for City!
Oh! Here we go! Here we go!
First goal! First goal, Man City 1, Man United 0. It is that man again, David Silva, Shaun Goater. Celebrate, man.
Oh, love it! Come on, look at Stacey. Whoa! City! Love it. Oh, my word.
Shaun, it's going to be big.
We have started. It's on.
What would you like to say to the Man United fans sitting next to you?
You could do it all day. Park the bus, park the bus, park the bus. You won't be winning this game.
I think it'll be a different team in the second half. Okay. Remember back in April? Okay.
Just seeing the goal again. Big start for Man City. 11 minutes gone. Man City 1, Man United 0. You thought this was going, didn't you? First chance, second chance.
Yes. Bernardo does very well because I actually think he was going to go for goal. And if he did, because it's an acute angle, I don't think he would have scored. And he pulls it back. David Silva, with such composure, you think he'll hit it first time, but he brings it back to his right foot, and it just leaves the defenders all sliding.
And De Gea gets a hand to it, to be fair. It's into the side netting. And there is Pep Guardiola.
Well, you were
going crazy on the side. Mikel Arteta going absolutely crazy on the sideline. Jose Mourinho does not look impressed with those pictures there. Al for it is a bad start for Man United.
No, but Pep is very happy with it, okay?
So, how is Pep feeling now, incidentally?
Pass, move, you know. Very comfortable, so on the ball, okay. Silva, so experienced, good player, okay. So happy, okay. Hopefully 3-0 before halftime for me, for Al. Let's just hope it clings on.
Pep Guardiola, everyone. Very good. Very good. Dave, let's come to you. Lively start in the Man City game.
Why did you come to me at this moment? Oh, this is a chance for Wolves.
Oh, come on! 1-0 Wolves. Dave, you haven't explained that goal. Can you explain that in as much detail as possible,
We've
please?
just been carved open, haven't we? Just shambles. Oh, it's Mustafi. Why is Mustafi still there?
You tell me.
Get rid of him.
Good goal from Wolves' point of view.
It was a good team goal. I think there's
the
more
replay.
poor play from Arsenal. Look, back to the old Granit Xhaka there. He's tried to do some...
It's like they're playing against a conference side here in the other
nice,
game.
tidy finish. What is Granit Xhaka, didn't he? Granit Xhaka's played the ball. He's just completely left it.
I know I was having a go at Mustafi. It's not Mustafi's fault. Granit Xhaka had an absolute nightmare and we paid the price. Well done, Granit. Yes.
Ooh.
City are cut for United here.
Oh,
so
my
easily.
God. So 2 goals in a short space of time. There is Nuno on the touchline at the Emirates, embracing his coaching staff. Wolves take a 1-0 lead away from home. They badly need this result, actually. Lost their last 3. But it is Arsenal 0, Wolves 1.
Okay, we got a free kick.
Yeah, you only have.
What's been going on in the City game?
your half.
What have we missed in the City game in that little period there?
They're just carving us apart, dominating possession. United haven't had a sniff. It's hopeless. But we have a free kick.
Can we go to social media while there's a bit of a quiet moment in both games? Man United standing over a free kick and the ball is out of play at the Emirates. Will, what have you got for us?
Yes, mate. The man that whipped in the cross for the goal, Raheem Sterling. Shaun, do you think Sterling is currently the best English player?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's an easy question. That is... Well done, Fernandinho. As he gives up possession. But no, Sterling has been superb. He has, I think since the World Cup, he's got a real belief in himself that actually I am as good as everyone here. And in his mind, probably I'm better than everyone here. I think before, when he first came to the club, he looked around and thought, David Silva, World Cup winner, looking at players and thinking, whoa, do I belong here? But now I think he goes on the field feeling and believing, I'm the most important player. I'm the star player.
Yeah. Is that something like when you were a younger player, were you ever intimidated going into like big changing rooms?
Well, when you first, become a professional, that you are that way because you're new to the scene. But I actually, as I started playing more and more, I used to have a loose saying that I'm the best player on the park. So as you're setting up to center off, I used to always sort of have these loose sayings to myself, like you're the star player, and you just got to produce.
Oh, Chance United corner cleared.
He's off. He's off.
He's offside. Is he offside?
No,
No, he's
no.
not. I thought he was
No.
offside, but the ref's not giving that. United on the attack.
Rashford. Obvious.
Rashford loses the
Yeah,
ball.
Right.
Go on, Sean.
I used to just have these loose sayings that, I'm the best player in the park, and I don't have to play a total great 90 minutes, but I can give 5 minutes to really affect the game.
I might
So-
take that attitude into my Sunday sleep.
Oh,
That's
Sterling.
yeah.
I am the
I
best
am
player.
Sterling just stole it off Herrera.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Sterling is
Where's number 2?
second top goal scorer this season, 7 goals.
Oh,
Great.
great
Already
from Herrera.
for Raheem Sterling this season. Big player for Manchester City. Scored 3 goals in his last 2. 51 goals in 154 games for Man City, Raheem Sterling. And loads of assists in that period as well. But he's never scored against Man United in 14 games, Raheem Sterling.
Well, I think you don't move a muscle because he will be getting one today.
OK, I'll try not to move a muscle, but for the next 2 hours that may be difficult. Good questions coming in from social media. Will, any more for us?
We'll move it outside of Man United and Man City. Who is the best player outside of the top 6 so far? And that's from David Aitkins.
Ooh, I think Richarlison is up there.
Richarlison came to mind.
I'm a big fan of Wilfried Zaha as well.
Yeah.
Zaha, yeah.
And he's got great feet. He's,
Yeah.
well, I mean, £75 million, Palace were asking for him.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money for a player who also, didn't really work for me at United. I think if he goes to a bigger team, I think he's one of those players who likes being the big name.
Yeah. Did you think he got a fair chance at United? They didn't play a lot, did he?
I mean, it's tough to say because he didn't get that many minutes in the first team.
Chance for Arsenal, Dave?
No, it's not.
OK. Thanks, Dave. Just remind us of the score quickly, Dave, in that game, please.
1-0 to Wolverhampton.
Thank you very much, Dave. Going back to you, Sean. Sean, your thoughts? Top 6, best players outside of the top 6, other than the ones we've mentioned. Anyone else spring to mind for you?
To go to probably at Everton. I'm thinking of players at Everton. Some midfielder now.
Go on.
Sigurdsson, you thinking of?
Sigurdsson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quality. He, as a midfielder, he's creative. He scores goals, free kicks. He's normally involved in all the good stuff that happens when he's fit.
It's quite an exciting 3 because Everton usually play 3 in behind the 1, don't they? If they've got Richarlison, Sigurdsson and Walcott, there's a lot of goal contribution from those 3. My big issue with Everton is I don't think they have a number 9 that will score 20 goals a season. I don't think Tosun is that man. I don't know what you think about that as a former striker.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Outside of, like say, the top 6, then you really struggle. And Chelsea's probably one of those teams in the top 6 that struggle with a striker that can score 20-something goals. And that makes a huge difference. If you can get, you got in the half. If you can get, a striker that can score you, and you're in the mid-table and lower, that can score you 18+ goals, that's huge. That's huge. So... Everton need that sort of player.
Well,
I think that will push them into the top.
They can play Richarlison as 9 and bring in Bernard in that midfield.
Bernard
so he seems like a really decent signing, really exciting prospect. So I think, but yeah, they have no depth up front.
No.
How old is Bernard?
I'm not sure.
The ball is in Man City's half. I know that you had a little dig at Alpha next to you, Sean. Are you worried with this United attack now?
Well,
No,
what
he
I
doesn't
would
need
say...
to be worried anymore.
No. They got in half and it broke down. What I would say is Lingard, I think, is a good choice because Lingard, he hasn't been playing recently because he's just coming back. But Lingard is a player that can create. And, and the one thing I'll say positive
And
about
score
United...
too. I'm a very big fan of Lingard.
Yeah. They all, right now, the squad that the strike force that United's got, I've got pace. And I would say that's a good plus about United as opposed to... Lukaku does have pace as well, but it changed the way United play. So I think that's a plus from United's point of view. But that's all the pluses I'm going to give.
But the thing is,
I think Lukaku's confidence is shot. It really is. He's one of those players. If his confidence is low, he just doesn't play whatsoever.
Yeah, he's having his worst run without a goal for United ever. 9 games. Of course, worth pointing out, he missed the last 2 games through injuries on the bench today, but not having the best of times. What do you put that down to?
I don't know.
Scoring.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point.
Not scoring.
But
But he goes,
but why is he not scoring? Why is he not scoring with all those players that he's got around him?
Because the team, they play the way he likes, but at the same time, they're not. It's both. It's him and the team.
Yeah.
They need to be crossing loads of balls for him, and they need to slide loads of balls down the side for him. That's how Lukaku actually plays well. But then, if he goes off form, they're not got 5 other players scoring all the time. Lingard's a player that pops up with goals, so that's why he's vital to United. Rashford as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a good move in terms of who he selected.
He doesn't play well in the 4-3-3.
Lukaku, you don't think he suits that system?
No, he needs 2 wingers. He needs two crosses. Like, I think in some of the games, there was a few games where Mata was playing on the wing and he was he was putting in great service into Lukaku. He scored a couple of goals with him and like he was enjoying that. But a 4-3-3, he just doesn't suit him. He's way too isolated.
And then he doesn't get the ball for 5 minutes. He starts coming deeper to try and get the ball. And then when we actually get the ball in the wings, he's 15 yards further back than he should be.
The fact that he's actually struggling with goals, I mean, I remember when I went through a spell of struggling for goals, and you look at it, and when you look at Lukaku, and he ain't playing, but he always will pass back. And when you're on form, what you end up doing, you try to pass forward.
Yeah.
And when you pass forward, you affect the game. And you know you're affecting the game. So something as simple as like when you're playing, being able to get turned and pass the ball forward, you change the whole dynamic of the game as a forward. And you know that because you're like, oh, right, I've got the defenders running back. And so he's struggling with perhaps even getting a hold of the ball. But sometimes he's got to take that risk and go, I'm going to roll him. Because if he rolls a player, then all of a sudden his confidence comes up and then he's more confident in receiving, holding the ball and bringing others into it.
Yeah, 105 goals in 230 Premier League appearances. So his goals to game that's very good.
Brilliant.
Just that he is having the worst one at the minute. 9 games without a goal.
I don't understand when he plays for Belgium. He's
Go on, take time.
Chance for Arsenal. Oh, Lacazette. Oh, Dave, talk us through what happened in that game,
We
mate.
should have scored.
Thanks, Dave. Another chance. Right, Dave, the question I was going to ask you, big chance for Arsenal, Lacazette missing Wolves on the counter-attack. Have Wolves been unlucky? Have Wolves been lucky, or have they deserved the 1-0?
I don't think...
Hit it.
Chance for Wolves. Save!
Save Leno!
I was going to ask if you've been unlucky, but that was a big chance for Wolves to make it 2-0.
I don't think they particularly deserved their lead. It was more of a massive mistake from Arsenal in the first place. But I don't really know what's happened here because I haven't got any sound. But I think someone's been kicked. So I'm just trying to have a look.
Should Wolves have made this 2, Dave, for you?
Yes, I think they probably should. That's
a good save.
I'm really hoping that they'll kind of live to regret this big chance. But that was a massive save from Leno. That is brave. Put his hands and head where...
There it is. Oh, yeah, Leno's just got a kick there. I think that's
more like it. Yeah. No
malice.
Lot better though.
There's no malice intended, but it does follow through and connects with Leno. So interesting to see if Leno can carry on from that challenge. Raul Jimenez just leaning over him. Looks like he's going to be OK.
Yeah, hopefully.
So still 1-0 in that game. Man United just starting to get back into it a little bit.
Back into it a bit more. There's a good sequence of play there. But, yeah, I think they'll come out as second half FC, as they have the last couple of games.
I think that's probably the curse of the commentator. That's maybe the 4th or 5th time United have turned the ball over in the middle of the park needlessly. And you can't do that against a team like City.
Sorry. Sergio's taking on 6 just now.
United just seem to have absolutely no control in the midfield.
Yeah, it's very much... I mean, City have certainly dominated possession in the play, but...
It's what happens when you have Fellaini and
City are letting United play into the middle just because they know there's a good chance they're going to get that ball and nick that ball. And they've done it 5 times already.
Fellaini, Matic and Herrera are 3 completely defensive-minded midfielders. Like, that's...
sloppy there.
The problem should be that they're not creating chances as opposed to not just giving the ball away.
Another price boost on your screen now that you can see at the bottom of your screen. David Silva to score a brace was 9-2. It's now 11-2 with Sky. But don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. We were just raving about David Silva earlier. Where does he sit in terms of all-time City legends? Up there with your Sergio Agueros, your Shaun Goaters.
David Silva.
Yeah.
Well, I would say he's right at the top, just right under Shaun Goater.
You always say that.
I always say that.
Just at parties and things like that. And
Listen, David Silva would have to be at the top.
The very best Man City player in Premier League history for you.
Yes, because all these goals
That's more like it.
These goals that City score, or the Sergio score, a lot of them stem from David Silva. And he's getting a little older, but he's still the king of assists. He's still assisting, and he makes the game look so easy.
Okay. From Shaun Goater, David Silva, the greatest ever Man City player. So where's Shaun Goater in that list?
Just above him.
Just above.
That don't change.
That don't change. A bit of a worry for Man City here. Stones look like
he just took one in the
got a little knock. Do you think he'll be all right to carry on?
Yeah, he just took one in the crown jewels.
Okay. Never nice.
No.
Okay, you're moving on from that. Will Brazier, social corner. It looks like you felt that tackle yourself.
Yeah,
there.
we've all been there, and you can all feel it in the studio right now. It was a little trend that started last week on the Football Social, a bit of Dave bashing when Liverpool took the lead, and it said maybe Dave and Al can console each other. Chin up, lads. #sob.
Oh wow, Dave got a bit of. I felt a bit for Dave.
I'll tell you off air.
Dave got a bit of some mean comments.
No, we're still going to win this game. We just need to get. We need to start playing again and take our chances because we are. I don't know. Like, it's not great, and they look very dangerous on the counter balls. Hold on. Here we go.
It's quite. It looks. We're obviously watching the Phoenix game, Dave, but from every time we glance to. Chance for Wolves again. I was just about to say, every time we look, there seems to be a chance. It's an open game, isn't it?
That was us. We should have cleared the ball and we've given the ball straight back to them and just put ourselves back under pressure. It's an absolute suicidal play from Arsenal there. So someone needs to get hold of him now. Mr. Mesut Ozil, supposed to be our leader, our captain, needs to get hold of him and we just start getting hold of this game. Because if not, it's going to run away from us. So come on, Mesut. Let's start earning that 250 grand a week, yeah, mate.
Yeah, we'll go through because we haven't told you the lineup for that. Arsenal got Leno in goal, Kolasinac holding Mustafi and Bellerin in the back four. Xhaka, who's, as Dave said, possibly at fault for the goal.
Possibly.
DM with, OK, he was at fault for the goal with Torreira in that DM role. Then they've got Aubameyang, Ozil and Iwobi in behind Lacazette. It's very attacking as always. Wolves have gone with Rui Patricia, Conor Cody, Bennett and Bowley. Back three, João Moutinho and Ruben Neves with Matt Doherty and Johnny Cavallero, the goal scorer, Costa in behind Raul Jimenez. So with two teams, it's not surprising, looking at those starting lineups, that it is quite an open game. Both teams quite attacking in this one, though.
Yeah. To be fair, like, Wolves have started and are playing very, very well. But we're at home. We need to start to get hold of this. We need to start to get hold of the balls, particularly in midfield, because it's not the best performance so far.
Yeah, so those are the two games we're featuring. Two results from earlier, of course. Liverpool 2, Fulham 0. Mohamed Salah and Xherdan Shaqiri. Quite contentious, the first goal, because it was a minute after Fulham thought they'd taken the lead, but it was, well, make your own mind up, potentially not offside. A very borderline offside decision that went against Fulham. Liverpool went down the other end and scored and ended up winning that one 2-0. And the other result, Chelsea 0, Everton 0. Big point for Everton at Stamford Bridge, that, wasn't it?
Huge point.
Yes.
And you watched the game. What did you make of Chelsea?
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, I've always had this feeling that Chelsea were the closest to City. But I'll tell you what, Everton made the game a bit rough for them, made it a bit ugly. And actually saw the qualities of Everton and you thought, well, you know what, Everton, if they perform like this week in, week out, why can't they push up and get into that top six?
Any other questions for us, Will?
One more of a statement, but it'd be great to get everyone's opinion on the panel. Salah and Hazard are on the same amount of goal contributions this season, yet Salah is being considered a one-season wonder. Opinions, please.
Ooh, good statement there. Who's that from?
That is from LCC GK22.
Interesting.
I've never understood why people are calling Salah a one-season wonder, because it's not as if he didn't absolutely smash it at Roma the season before he came to Liverpool. So I think one-season wonder is just wrong, but I do think he's now coming back down to the level where he will produce consistently.
Yeah.
Last season was a freak season, so he's not so much a one-season wonder. It's just it was a blessing and a curse that he was so good last season that he can never sustain it. Whereas Hazard is continuing to rise. I think year on year, I think he's been arguably the second best player in Europe behind Messi this season. He had a fantastic World Cup. He is that standout player in the Premier League for me, Hazard.
I think Hazard is the standout. I totally agree with that. Standout player in the Premier League in terms of all-round game. I also think that last season, looking at it from an outsider, I think Liverpool was so reliant on Mo Salah for goals and for assists, whereas now they've strengthened a lot of areas, but also some of their other players have improved. The Firminos, the Manes, they've got so many options in that midfield three. I just think they're less reliant upon Salah because they've just got goals everywhere. I think saying Salah's a one-season wonder is a bit of a myth, really, because he continues to score goals, but others do as well. I mean, he scored today. Well,
exactly. I mean, one season wonder? No, I'm not having it. No. His season, as you said earlier, his season was just that phenomenal last season. It was so great of a season last season, and you're thinking, well, can he get close to that 40 goal? And that's some doing. I still think he'll still push in the mid-20s this season. Sometimes it just takes scoring a goal, you score a brace, and then the next 8 games, he scores 12 goals, and you go, whoa. And then you start thinking, hey, perhaps that 40's back on.
The thing is, since when in the Premier League era has 20-something goals not been good enough for a forward?
I just think, I think any person who's calling a player scored 44 goals in all competitions last season, a one-season wonder, is just absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, Ronaldo scored 42 in his the season where he won the Ballon d'Or. Like, it's ridiculous. He is going to produce consistently every year.
And he did, and as forget about the Roma season.
Yeah, and as he said, he at Roma, and wasn't he at Fiorentina as well?
That,
he was consistently good. You know, it's.
So if we're looking at the Golden Boot this season, contenders, who do we think will win the Golden Boot this season?
Usual suspects. Sergio Aguero.
Yeah.
You think Sergio Aguero is the stand-up player?
Well, it started off well. He'll get 2 or 3 chances a game.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's in that similar bracket. He'll get some chances. Will he get as many as Sergio? No, he won't. But I think it's probably between those two.
Harry Kane? For you?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, it's very important to score goals. You know, it was important. It was important at the World Cup, and it was he's an Arsenal fan. Of course, he enjoys that. I'm just waiting on the new stadium to be built. You know, so I want to score goals in the new stadium. Because if the new stadium's built, sorry about this, Smithy, I know you're a Tottenham fan. I'd love to score 40 goals a season in the new stadium, but build it. If you, it's like that movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, the goals will come. Kevin Costner,
Al Forward again. Oh. How many more can we get up on again? Let us know what he can do. Absolutely anything. So get in the comment section and let us know what impressions you want Al Forward to do.
It's funny. They always say the Rio Ferdinand and the Harry Kane is so similar. Yes, it's because they have deep voices. But when you're doing Rio,
you know, you've got to talk like that all the time. You know, so it's a little more slick like that, and obviously the lip is to the other side as well. Darren Farley does it like that as well. So. Yeah, you know, this has been painful to watch, hasn't it? And this man has given me a hard time, you know what I mean? By second half, FC going to come out of the blocks. Going to be unbelievable.
Rio Ferdinand. Oh, there's no end. Another round of applause, Al Forward. Let's go to Social Corner. Will, what's the reaction been like for the games? A lot of Man City fans. Are we getting much banterous comments for Al Forward and for Pete?
Well, I think Dave's getting most of the attention so far with the shot results so far.
Poor Dave, he gets it all the time.
Know,
what now?
A little bit for Al, but question for Dave and for the panel as well. Flappy Ansky says, has Leno established himself as Arsenal's number 1?
Straight to Dave, because you're very vocal on Leno.
I don't think he's a bad keeper, but I don't think he's great either. I when I was watching Jordan Pickford, he actually reminds me of a keeper that is actually going to actually put his stamp on the game, whereas Leno doesn't strike me that whatsoever. He's a very good shot stopper, but he's not very good at commanding his area. Which, you know, if you want to actually challenge for the title, I think you need a goalkeeper that's going to come and.
Petr Cech or Leno for you?
I would still go Cech. But then again, because Leno's only 25, we need to start thinking about the future, don't we?
Yeah. So. Interesting. Any more, Will?
One from Mendy Magic, probably one for you, Shaun. Will Manchester City do the treble this season?
Ooh. Good question. I'll come back to you on that. Will they do the treble? I think the most important is the league. I think the league and the Champions League are the most important. It's possible. Last time I felt really certain, so I'm actually not because I realise as it gets closer, it gets really challenging and difficult. So I don't think so.
Bit too much.
Yeah. Just as Robert De Niro, so make sure you avoid Wigan in the FA Cup. Yeah.
Robert De Niro. You love it, Al, don't you?
I love that. It's all I can get out of banter and a bit of enjoyment.
And Al, you're actually interesting. You're touring at the minute, aren't you?
Yes.
You've got a show coming up. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I've my full show coming up on the 13th of December in Hotel Football in Manchester. So it's my first ever. I've done a couple of shows in Ireland now, around the circuit, but it's my first proper show in the UK. So I'm really excited. For it. Should be a good night.
Good luck.
Tickets are available on the Hotel Football website. So yeah.
Okay.
So get on and get them now.
Get on and get them now. Yeah.
Me and Shaun were chatting earlier about potentially going, weren't we?
Manchester, we're there.
Yeah. Interesting as well, we're chatting about Sergio Aguero and David Silva and Man City legends a little bit earlier on. For Sergio Aguero to score a goal assisted by David Silva is a 7-to-1 price boost with Sky Bet. So that is a 7-to-1 price boost. Aguero looking for his first Manchester derby goal at the Etihad since November 2014 and his first goal in 9 consecutive Premier League games against one of the big 6 teams. So do you think that could happen?
I think that's good odds, actually, because David Silva is normally around the goal, so and Sergio's the one's normally on the end of him. So that's not a bad little punch you could have there.
Corner for Man City.
There we go.
Another chance for Man City, Shaun.
Yes, and as we know, some stats. United concede the most. No, sorry, they're in the top 6 for conceding goals, corners against. Saw that today. Yeah, just a little fact.
Sorry, I don't, you didn't deliver that in the best possible way. Can you repeat that?
United are in the top 6 for conceding goals against for corners against. So they basically they concede goals.
Shaun, I love you to bits. I love you to bits, but once again, I still haven't quite worked that out. Can you repeat that again? Go. Here we go. Shaun Goater with a Manchester United. I think it's a corner stat. In your own time.
Man United concede a lot of goals in corners.
And that was a corner for Man City, and it was cleared very well by Man United there, wasn't it?
Surprise.
Love that.
Clear as mud, that.
It's always hard with stats, isn't it, to get them out, to be fair. I can relate to that. Pete, what are your thoughts on this United first top ones? You're a bit disappointed with how United have approached
this? At the minute, it's just like a training exercise for City. Their ball retention's fantastic. United are kind of caught between whether they want to press or whether they want to sit deep. I think they came out and wanted to press at the very first 5 minutes and got so exposed. Ashley Young got massively exposed against Juventus. Big diagonal balls over the top. That happened like twice in the first 5 minutes. So I think United have now kind of sat back in a lower block, but there's no creation in midfield. Like Matic, Herrera, Fellaini have no... their creative numbers are so low, I think.
Yeah.
Matic is averaging like 0.4 key passes a game. Compare that to like Pogba's nearly 2. Yeah. So I think all the pressure is on the break. No, but again...
It's for Man United, though.
He's got options.
Lots of things. Very few options.
He has to go back, doesn't he?
Blue shirts around him.
But because there's no creation in the middle...
and he runs the ball straight out of play. Manchester City corner.
Because there's no creation in the middle, that means United have to look to the wings for creation in like Martial, Lingard or Rashford, whoever's out there. But then that means you're at max 1 or 2 players in the box that you're aiming for. So I think United just don't have the creation numbers against them. You know, when they're trying to hit in the break and they just don't have the numbers forward. They don't have the right players in the right positions.
And even worse for Man United fans, Manchester City 100% winning record when scoring first in the Premier League this season. 9 wins out of 9 games. And of course they've got the best defence in the Premier League, conceded just 4 goals. So the stats don't look great for Man United at this stage, Shaun.
Oh, he's on.
No. And
right, so come on, someone provide an option for him. There we go.
There we go. Chance for Martial.
Oh, that's grim.
And
that's a bit better.
As well as the way that Man City are playing as well. You'd look at this now and think, City, of course, need the second goal because there's only 1 goal in it, but it's been very comfortable for Man City so far, hasn't it?
Yes, and this is the way we expected. City to dominate possession. Jose will still be comfortable because he knows he's got the quality there to still score goals. So, you know, if anything, the longer it goes and it's just 1-0, Jose will still be excited because he'll know that they have the potential in the last 5 or 10 minutes go and create a goal, score a goal or 2.
Yeah. Look at that price boost. Sorry, Pete. Price boost on your screen now. Correct score. Man United to win 2-1 was 33-1. It's now 40-1. So United fans, if you do fancy that, that is 40-1 price boost with Sky Bet. Sorry, Pete, you were saying?
Martial has got 2 half chances on the left-hand corner of the box where he scored a couple of goals this season already. I think if he keeps getting those chances, 1 or 2 more, you know, he is that quality of player to bury that bottom corner. So United do have a hope, but a bit of a slim one, I would say.
Dave, we haven't caught up with you for a while. 40 minutes gone at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Wolves 1. What's been happening recently since we last came to you?
Well, we're extremely narrow. Our only kind of like width is coming from our wing backs, and Bellerin is doing all right on the right, but what's his name? Shaun Goater, whatever his name is, on the left. He's having an absolute mare. So we're just not playing particularly well, to be honest. And a lot of our big players are not wanting the ball enough, if I'm being honest. We're kind of just hoping something will happen rather than trying to make something happen. So, not great, Smith.
Yeah, interesting. This will be a big win for Wolves. Wolves' last win against Arsenal came 39 years ago. 3-2 in a top-flight game at Highbury, September 1979. The Police were at #1 in the charts with Message in a Bottle.
How's that go, Smithy?
I'm not going to sing it. Big fan of that track, guys? Message in a Bottle? Remember that one, Shaun?
Go on, sing it.
Message in a bottle.
Lovely.
Yeah. Something like that. It was
Something
sung
like
better
that.
by the Police, though, I can confirm.
It weren't.
Well, that's how long ago it was since Wolves beat Arsenal, yeah.
None of you were born. Just me, yeah.
I can confirm I wasn't born then. Anyone else born back in 1979?
Surely you were born, Smithy. Come on.
No, I wasn't. No, it might amaze you, but I wasn't born then, Pete. No. Arsenal, 7 of the last 8 Premier League meetings Arsenal have won against Wolves. They've got a very good record against Wolves, but they do find themselves 1-0 down.
Wolves have a good record against big teams this season as well. Got a result against City, got a result against United.
And unlucky against Spurs last week as well. Yeah.
All right, come on.
Wolves have not been leading at half-time in any Premier League match this season. They're currently 1-0 up with 3 minutes to go. This will be the first time they'd be leading at the break. Corner for Man City, Shaun. What happened there?
We're just keeping possession as usual.
Yeah.
No, some bodies, I'm not sure, but it got cleared by United. Yeah.
I'm expecting this sofa, 2 Man United fans on it, I'm expecting this sofa to go wild if we see a Man United goal.
Oh, God, yeah.
No chance.
100%.
But the thing is,
But it's not looking like it now.
Very honest.
I think the issue with United so far this season has when they've gone forward, at times they've looked entirely toothless. You know, they've got into the final third and almost looked as if they don't know what to do. They don't look like they're going to score. Whereas City, every time they come forward, they're getting to the byline, they're getting crosses in, they're creating those chances. Whereas United just seem to get to the final third, make a couple of passes, turn the ball over, and then just go back, do a low block on defence. And that just rinse and repeat for 90 minutes.
Yeah, and like you say, if United were to score, it's going to be just through sheer ability of a player to create something. I wouldn't say it's tactical.
No.
Whereas with City, you could see the same patterns arise. So you could see this is stuff they work on to create them seven
in the first 25 minutes, they got the United's byline in their box maybe 3 times and were pulling crosses back into the penalty spot area.
Yes.
Those are the huge expected goals chances. You know,
Another chance here for City. Luke Shaw's just been booked. That is his 5th yellow card of the season, so he misses the next game, Man United's next match against Crystal Palace, as Riyad Mahrez stepping over this free kick. Chance for City this, Shaun.
Whoa.
Good delivery. Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Clear it.
Here we go.
He's off.
Hands
Offside.
up.
United opinion for offside. City opinion for a corner.
Corner.
Corner's given.
There we go. Just to remind you, that's that again.
Have you? Yeah.
That's that again. United concede on corners. Was that a handball?
Is it a handball?
No,
it's not. No. So this is you've been big on this corner stat. It's a corner for Man City.
Yes.
Will we see a second goal of the game? Yes or no, Shaun Goater here?
Yes.
Clear it.
Oh! Cleared by Manchester United, who've been brilliant at defending corners since Shaun gave us that stat about corners. 43 minutes gone. I can't imagine there'll be too much injury time either. But City on the attack again.
Here we
nice
go.
Ball through to Sterling. Whips it in.
Okay. Shaky defence.
Dave, any more chances in your game, Arsenal Wolves?
There's not really. Lucas Torreira's having a great game, as always. Granit Xhaka's gone back to the same Granit Xhaka we've seen the last 3 years, so that's not great. Alex Iwobi's one of our best players this season, but he seems so timid today. It's like he's trying to pass responsibility instead of trying to grab it himself, which is not the best because he's having a really good season. He's just got to grab it. He now needs to become the man, and he's not at the moment.
A chance for City on the attack. Threads it through into the box. Side netting. Sergio Aguero's in the side
sort of
netting.
5 yards behind Smalling, he still got the ball.
There would have been that odds again, 7-1.
Again, the issue comes.
Very Shaun, yeah.
I'm telling you.
This year comes from
It was
United.
Bernardo Silva, so I thought it was Bit Silva.
Yeah, it was. Bernardo Silva slots it through to Sergio Aguero, hits the side netting.
Again, Herrera turning the ball over in United's own half, trying to play straight through the middle. That's maybe the 5th time he's done that this half.
Yeah.
Maybe that's normally Pogba, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing, you know. Pogba, I would say Pogba does play high risk passes in those areas as well, and he does give the ball away sometimes. But
Herrera's normally safe.
yeah, this is the thing. He usually has Herrera and Matic behind him, or they have 2 more defensive players behind him, so that they're less exposed. But United, he's obviously trying to be that creative player and make those kind of high tower passes from midfield to release his wingers and, you know, get United up the pitch. But it's just too dangerous, and they're turning the ball over so much that it's just waves of attack coming from City.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nice attack.
A bit of high pressure by United.
Yeah, moments left in the first half on both of our games. Man City leading Man United at home 1-0, and Wolves are beating Arsenal 1-0 as things stand with a minute to go in our second game at the Emirates. 1 minute of additional time will be played at Man City, and they can't be long either in the Arsenal game. One bit of positives for Arsenal fans: they do have the best comeback record in Premier League this season, winning 8 points from losing positions.
Come on, Lacazette. Go on.
It's a chance for Arsenal. Cool, and it looks like that might be the half-time whistle
pitch.
very shortly. How will Arsene Wenger be reacting? If he was in charge now, how would Arsene Wenger be reacting to Arsenal's first half display?
Well, I do see Dave over there. He looks very upset. But, you know, no better person than Eddie Murphy to cheer you up on such a...
Man, look at you. You've been all upset over there. Man, there's still a second half. There's still 45 minutes to go. You got to be happy. We're going to do this. Like they're going to... Aubameyang, they're all going to score. They're going to do... Oh, they're going to do the business. You just need to cheer up, man. But don't break his laptop, okay? You better not do that. You better not break Will's laptop. You better not do that. Emery is to play is a very good player. That is important. So to come out second half. Here we go. Here we go.
Those are the thoughts of Unai Emery and Arsene Wenger there.
It's half-time.
And it's half-time.
At the Etihad.
These are the scenes at the Etihad.
Oh, his corner.
Half-time, Manchester City leading 1-0 at Man United. So good first half, Shaun Goater for Man City. Reflect on that first half.
Well, total domination of the ball in terms of chances and opportunities. In a strange way, though, both managers will be going in feeling happy. Very strange way. But, City will want to be creating more clearer chances to look to get that second, and can get that second goal within 15 minutes of the second half. We could then see a real reasonable score line of 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, and half-time has just gone at Arsenal as well. Yeah. It is Arsenal 0, Wolves 1. These are the scenes. Ivan Cavallera, after 13 minutes, the only goal of the game. So good first half for Wolves. Disappointing first half for Arsenal, Dave Jackson. Any positives at all for Arsenal in that first half?
It's not 2-0. You know what I mean? To be fair, the Wolves have played very, very well. They've been extremely disciplined. They probably look like more likely to score again on the actual counter. But not the best display from Arsenal. Yeah,
Wolves not won any of the last 25 Premier League games against sides starting the day in the top half of the table, and they've not been leading at half-time in any Premier League game this season, but both of those out the window at the minute. Nuno will be very happy with that first half display, 1-0. Just looking at the replay of the David Silva goal. Big fan you are, with your Man City hats on, Shaun, for the goal, but Man United fans, Al, it's not great defensively, this, is it?
No,
the goal.
It's shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a looped-in ball over the top. It just cut through United's entire defence. Lindelof and Shaw just both getting cut out. But that pullback from Bernardo Silva is fantastic.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a lovely.
Just the awareness as well. I mean, probably a lesser player would maybe just swing a bit at that, try and get it on target, see what happens.
Yeah, so 1-0 in both of our games. Right, so it is 1-0 both of our games. We'll be back in the second half, but right now we can see a very memorable VT about Remembrance Day.
When you go home, tell them of us.
And say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today.
When war broke out in July 1914, thousands of men from Manchester were among those who rushed to sign up. Players from the area's two most famous football clubs also pledged to do their duty. Men like Arthur Beedsworth, who played left wing for United and who was killed at the Battle of Passchendaele. Irishman Bernard Donaghy, who also represented the club and who died on the Western Front in 1916. And forward Alec Turnbull, often known as Sandy, who won the Cup with City and became a star at United. Scorer of the first ever goal at Old Trafford. In 1917, he took part in a nighttime attack on German positions and, as told to his wife in a letter sent to their family home in Stretford, was never seen again.
Dear Miss Turnbull, I am writing to try and explain what has happened to your dear husband, Alec. He was wounded, and much to our sorrow, he fell into German hands, so I hope you will hear from him. After Alec was wounded, he carried on and led his men for a mile, playing the game until the last we saw of him. We all loved him, as he was a father to all of us and the most popular man in the regiment. All here send their deepest sympathy.
Another City Cup winner, Frank Booth, signed up and died of injuries suffered during the war a year after it finished. Thomas Farrell, also of City, was shot down attacking a heavily fortified village in 1916. And promising defender Patrick Maguire was killed later the same year. His death was reported in national newspapers. His name, along with more than 72,000 others, is now etched onto the Thiepval Memorial to the Missing in France.
It was with very deep regret that the news was received on Saturday of the death in action of Lance Corporal P. Maguire, the brilliant young fullback of Manchester City Club. He was clear-headed, resourceful and a master of defensive tactics. Now he has given his life for the greatest of all causes. That something had befallen him had been feared for 3 weeks past. On Saturday came the sad official news that Maguire was no more.
To persuade people to volunteer, PALS battalions were formed up and down the country, allowing men to fight alongside their friends. In the summer of 1916, as part of a major British offensive, soldiers from the Manchester PALS and the Salford PALS, supporters of City and United among them, learned they would soon be going over the top. One of those men was Captain Charlie May.
The 17th of June 1916. I must not dwell on the personal. There is no room for it here. Also it is demoralising, but I do not want to die. Not that I mind for myself, if it be that I am to go. I am ready, but the thought that I may never see you or darling baby, I cannot think of it. My one consolation is the happiness that has been ours. My darling, au revoir. It may well be that you only have to read these lines of passing interest. On the other hand, they may well be my last message to you. If they are, know through all your life that I loved you and baby with all my heart and soul, that you two sweet things were just all the world to me. I pray God I may do my duty, for I know, whatever that may entail, you would not have it otherwise.
May made another diary entry at 5:45 a.m. on July the 1st, 1916, otherwise known as the first day of the Battle of the Somme and the worst single day in British military history. The PALS battalions suffered heavy casualties, and the final pages of Charlie May's diary remain untouched. Among the horror, moments of hope. Manchester City chairman John Chapman had begun to mourn the death of his son when news came through that Private Harry Chapman was still very much alive.
To their unspeakable joy, Councillor Chapman of the Manchester City Football Club and Mrs. J.E. Chapman, who had mourned their youngest son, Private Harry Chapman of the Manchesters, since last March, received a postcard from him this morning stating that he was wounded and a prisoner in Germany. Dear Mother and Father, you will be sorry to learn that I've had the misfortune to be taken prisoner of war. I am also wounded in the right wrist, but I am going on exceedingly well. Don't worry, for I'm really quite all right. Cheerio.
Throughout both clubs there were heroes, tales of bravery that made their way home. Among them the story of Private John Reddit, a Manchester United kitman who saved his battalion and was awarded the Victoria Cross.
5 times he went forward in the face of very heavy machine gun fire at very close range, being the sole survivor on each occasion. These advances drove back the enemy machine guns, and about 300 yards of watercourse made good in an hour. After his officer had been killed, Private Reddit, on his own initiative, organised and made several more advances. On reaching the enemy barricade, he was forced by a counterattack to retire, giving ground slowly and continuing to throw bombs. The action of this gallant officer saved the left flank and enabled his battalion to maintain its position.
Football remained a huge part of life for those who fought in the war. Informal games behind the trenches were commonplace. So too were more organised matches between different parts of the army. Soldiers were also desperate to know the results from home, even when facing the most testing of circumstances.
I have 6 bad wounds, but they will wash out okay by Christmas. I shall lose my left foot. I have 1 wound in the thigh, 1 in the left wrist, 1 in the left shoulder, and a broken shoulder. In a hell like that, I was lucky to get to hospital without being hit again. Will you let me know if the Latics are still in 2nd place and how the Latics and Manchester United went on? Please send me a mouth organ so I can liven up our company.
City and United supported the war effort in a number of other ways. The work of both clubs to raise money for people fleeing areas affected by war is recorded in the letters of Belgian refugees.
Dear Sirs, on behalf of the Belgian nation, we wish to thank the directors of the Manchester City Football Club for their great kindness in arranging a collection for the refugees who have come to your grand country. We were greatly thrilled with the magnificent personal reception that was given us and the cheers of the crowd. There is only one country in the world where such things occur, and that is England. Your soldiers are the best in the world, and your people at home the kindest hearted. With feelings of deepest affection and gratitude, we are, dear sirs, your obedient servants, Georges Destree, Brussels, Romain Renier, Antwerp.
In total, 15 first-team players from City and United are known to have made the ultimate sacrifice during the First World War. Huge numbers of Manchester men and more than 800,000 soldiers from across Britain died at their side. Today, 100 years since the war ended, they will be remembered.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
Absolutely brilliant feature there for Patrick Davis, and very poignant message as well on a very, very memorable day. Brilliant, really enjoyed that. Guys, back to the games. We'll go to Social Corner because I'm intrigued to know what are people saying. How are United fans on our stream reacting to that? Because, as Shaun quite rightly pointed out earlier, it has been all City. They've dominated chances, possession, but it is still 1-0. And I just get the feeling that Mourinho will have something to say here, and it's 1-0 against a Mourinho side. It's not over at all, this game.
Well, it's gone a bit quiet from the United side, as you'd expect, but a lot of people trying to find out why and where it's going wrong for United, what's happening to Lukaku.
Yeah.
Do you think Pogba will be leaving? But we want a bit of love for Al Farran and his impressions. People asking for Gordon Ramsay's take of the first half.
Yeah, terrible. Crap. Shocking, as expected. But you know what? They've been fantastic in the second half, right? Need a real kick up the arse. That's what's needed, OK? All right? Yeah? Yeah, big boy, yeah. Thank you.
We'll move on from Gordon Ramsay because of the language, but On that note, very randomly, Denzel Washington, I mean, I know he's got nothing to do with the game, but if he was here, what would he be reacting to that first half?
You better go at the blocks. You better do what you have to do. If you want to look at the game back in April, okay? You look at the game where they were 2-0 down, okay? They're only 1-0 down, so Jose's got to be happy. 2-0 down, they scored 3 goals in the second half, okay? My man, all right. I got him screaming at me for the whole game. Okay, so I need something to shout about, okay?
Al Foreman, brilliant. We want more impressions. More. Will, any other guest-related questions you've got?
So one of the ones around United, Shaun, would be great to get your take on it. Do you think Pogba will be off in the January transfer window? Al's only spat his coffee out there. He couldn't believe it.
He did very well. Tom the Director did very well to avoid the images of Al spitting his tea out. Well done, yeah. Are you all right, Al?
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's gone everywhere, isn't it?
No, it hasn't.
Your view on that? I think that Jose Mourinho has a better chance of being off in January.
Yeah?
I don't think Pogba is going anywhere.
No.
Yeah, they've got to settle down, and start producing more in terms of winning and moving themselves up closer to City. But I can't see Pogba going anywhere.
These are the scenes as you see players back out now. Jose Mourinho taking his seat in the away dugout with his notes. Interesting to see if he makes any changes or changes it up at all, or whether he's just going to sit back, Shaun, and just, as long as the game says 1-0, Man United get that one chance. Well, interesting to see how he approaches the second half.
Well, he'll be happy because he knows the players. You're looking at Martial, Rashford. These players are capable of scoring a goal or two within 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So the longer the game goes and it stays this, actually, City fans will get edgy because they know what United came in did last time, having been 2 goals. So it's important that City go and score a second and then move it to be a third and just really kill the game.
I think there is hope there for United fans, though, because City probably have about 70% possession. That game probably over 100 passes in the final third to United's 30.
Yeah.
But they actually only created one clear-cut chance, which was the goal.
Yeah, true.
So there is hope there that while they do have possession, they're not actually creating gilt-edged chances, and United can't hit them on the break. They just need to be a lot more effective going forward and make a lot better decisions when they get into the final third.
Yes, remind you of the team. So Man United have got De Gea, Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Shaw at the back four. Midfield 3 of Herrera, Matic, Fellaini. Of course, no Paul Pogba out with injury, not even in the matchday squad. And Lingard, Martial and Rashford playing as a number 9. So a lot of options on the bench for Man United, most noticeably Lukaku, Sanchez, Matters. They have got options going forward. Man City, Ederson, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy, Silva, Fernandinho and Silva, David Silva and Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Aguero and Sterling. And options of the bench, I mean, Company, Gundogan, Delph, Sane, Jesus, Foden. Loads of options for Manchester City. It is 1-0. The game has kicked off again for the second half. Arsenal 1-0 down to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Match not started yet. These are the scenes. Unai Emery with Guendouzi there. So, only substitution, Dave, is that in the Arsenal game?
Yes, he's come on for Alex Iwobi. It must be an injury because I can't really understand it if not.
And as an Arsenal fan, thoughts on that sub?
Well, which brings an attacking player off for a defensive-minded player. Yeah, again, it Iwobi must be injured. So
Xhaka, Torreira and
Guendouzi
are
all playing
on the pitch. Yeah,
interesting to see how they set up with that.
Smithy, just on Dave, obviously, his emotions and reactions have been a staple of the show over the last couple of weeks. Someone has asked for a specific Dave cam to share the pain. That's hashtag the football social.
Can we get a single
it's coming.
Dave? So
all right,
Dave
come on, Arsenal, let's go. All right, we need a nice early goal, get us back in the game, and then we'll go on and win.
Can we zoom in any more on Dave, camera 3?
Go on.
There he is.
Let's go.
Let's just get that raw emotion, because a feature of last week's Football Social, if you weren't with us, it was a watch-along for Arsenal against Liverpool, and all the emotions that we saw draining from Dave's face during the game.
But it played a lot better last week, to be honest.
You look more upset this week, Dave. Like,
they just haven't got going. It's just...
Any closer on Dave?
Lovely. But we have started OK. We haven't given the ball away yet.
Message down the camera, Dave, for Arsenal fans watching, down camera 3.
We are going to pull this back and we're going to get 3 points. It might come down to the wire, though. Yes.
OK.
But I'm still confident we will come away with 3 points today.
You're still confident?
Always confident.
OK. Well, let's go back to you, Social Corner. What are people saying?
More statements here from unhappy United fans. Alan Lackerson says, Manchester United...
Oh! Get it! What a goal, Shaun Goater. Talk us through it.
The Platinum has done it again. Sergio. Yeah, baby.
Give us a dance.
Sergio.
We're loving it.
A message for Al Foran, who is a Man United fan. Shaun Goater, what have you got to say to him?
There's more. Brace yourself. There's more. There's no 3-2 in this one or no comeback.
Also, all stems from turning the ball over in the penalty.
Shaun, you haven't talking us through the actual goal. It's a great goal for Man City. What were you most impressed with here?
Wow, Sergio gets it. He gets turned. It's ball from Bernardo Silva to Sergio. I don't know what's happened with United City fans. They've gone... Well, they've just allowed him to turn. Split a 1-2
lovely 1-2
with Mahrez. And, wow, the power, the accuracy. And someone was telling me the best goalkeeper in the world. To be fair, he had no chance.
I was just about to say, David De Gea near post.
Oh, is there any fingers in them gloves?
Should he be saving that?
Is there any fingers in them gloves?
Should David De Gea be saving that for you? Should be saving that.
If I'm honest, I think it's so close and it's hit so well. So I'm going to give him some slack
I don't
there.
think he should have even been facing that shot. Like, the defending there was...
But it's near post.
No, but
it's near post.
Firstly, the amount of space... Sergio Aguero picks the ball up 30 yards out from goal with 15 yards of space around him, gets the turn, and then just a simple 1-2 completely takes out United's defence. It was just a give and go. That was
One of the first rules of goalkeeping, they do say, though, is cover that front post.
But it wasn't
front
it was
post
over his head,
side.
though.
I think De Gea will be disappointed in that.
What's
I've
the
got a
second
feeling.
goal, Smith?
There was a lot of power in that. There was a lot of power in that as well.
Will, any more questions? Rudely interrupted by Man City scoring the second
it's
goal.
all good. Action. People wanting Joe Pesci's reaction to the goal.
Right, can we just say, before we get Joe Pesci's reaction, can we... It's quite X-rated, Joe Pesci.
Why don't you shut up?
So what would Joe Pesci say in a polite way?
It's terrible. What are you doing? They're like clowns, 11 clowns in the pitch. They don't know what they're doing. 1-2, they're breaking it up. Look at this. It's terrible. It's crap. I don't know. Look, here we go again. Here we go. Clear it out, Lindelof, you idiot. You stupid moron.
I like doing those.
Brilliant, Al. That is, I mean, Al Foran knows this, but that is my favourite of Al Foran's impressions. I've messaged you regularly, haven't I, Al, asking for the Joe Pesci
You have.
impression.
You love the
Sometimes I ring him late at night and he just does Joe Pesci down the phone for me. So thank you for doing that, and sorry for ringing you late at night.
There was a ball in there.
It's all Man City this second half. Dave, we're going to check in with you for Arsenal. Gwen Doozy, the only
we've
sub.
actually started
How's he been playing?
the second half a lot better than we ended the first, so that's always good. We're getting the ball a bit... They're actually passing the ball a bit quicker, which is really nice to see, but they couldn't really pass any slower than we did the first half. So, again, there are some positives coming. It's coming, Smithy. The equaliser's
The goal is coming, according to Dave. It's 2-0 down. Man United, nothing going for Man United, so I'm going to give them a stat to make them feel even worse about how this first half's gone. Man United have failed to record a shot on target in the first half of a Premier League game for the 8th time under Mourinho.
What has he done here?
8th time this season, Al.
Yeah, it's shocking. Well, that's the only way to put it in. It's shocking.
You enjoyed that stat, though, Shaun, didn't you?
I love that stat. They need to bring on Lukaku now.
Oh,
to make
God.
it worse.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring on Big Rom, yeah. Well, Rashford's down now at the minute.
This is a bit of an injury scare for United here. Ashley Young is just over. Marcus Rashford took a knock. Is he going to be all right, do you think, to carry on?
Oh, go on.
Chance for Arsenal, and it's cleared by Wolves. Instantly, Marcus Rashford was, of course, the youngest scorer in Premier League Manchester derbies when he was 18 years, 141 days in United's 1-0 win at the Etihad in March 2016. Marcus Rashford is a 16-1 price boost to score the next goal. Another price boost on your screen to tell you about as well. Sergio Aguero to score a brace. That is 9-4 with our friends at Sky Bet. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. For more information, go to skybet.com. Any positives at all to take, Pete, as a United fan this second half?
I mean, at half-time I said there were positives there, that City didn't really create that many chances in the first half, but this has been absolutely shambolic in the second half. United are playing with 3 defensive midfilders, yet City are still finding 15 yards of space, 10 yards outside the...
And it does look like United are missing Pogba.
And this is the thing, and even going forward, they're completely toothless. There was a ball that came in to Aguero there a couple of minutes ago when he was sandwiched between Lindelof and Smalling, 2 people who are probably a foot taller than him. Sergio Aguero's like, 5'1". Aguero still gets the ball, retains it, is able to turn and make a pass in the middle of our box. It's like new levels of incompetence for centre-backs.
He says, drinking his tea. Good,
it's a coffee, that's Smithy.
Is it a coffee? Yeah, apologies, a coffee. Will, let's go to you, social corner.
More of a statement, which I think Shaun's going to love. This is not a big game for City. It's top of the league versus mid-table.
Oh! I totally agree. Who sent that one?
That's from Andrew Fielder.
Well done, Andrew. Good stuff. You know your stuff.
But is that what it feels like now? You've almost flipped, just gone from United to City, City being the dominant force in Manchester now.
Yes, and you know, listen, United have the capability to raise themselves and get back there, but they've been so defensive, and it's just not the United way. I love the game, and I'm a City fan, but I'd love even that United play well. And for me, that it just doesn't suit them to be defensive. And we'll probably see the last 10 minutes where United look like United because they'll throw more wind to caution there. Yeah. Caution to wind?
Caution to the wind.
Yeah.
I don't think you can throw winds to the caution, but...
we'll try it today.
We'll try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always the case. It's too little, too late. We show up at the 70th minute of games.
Heavy.
It was heavy. It's just... It's
a very dominant...
It really is hopeless.
City at the minute against United.
Well, he's literally just walking
gliding through. Bernardo Silva. Chance for Sterling.
Young is playing. He did defend that. Good defending.
Thing is, they're also playing Young at right back.
Yeah, and
when you have players like Darmian, again, I'm not entirely convinced by Darmian, but I still think he's a lot better option than Ashley Young.
Better option, yeah.
Because the thing is, Ashley Young is a winger that has converted to a wing back, and as such, his positioning as a full back is questionable. You know, he got exposed so many times against Juventus. He got exposed with long balls over the top in the first 10 minutes in this match. He just doesn't know where to be. He's not got the defensive instincts.
But Delot's injured,
I would agree there.
I think Delot's still struggling to break into that team. But Darmian is...
I can't understand it because he had a brilliant... the first Champions League game against...
Yeah. Again, I think that Delot's a lot more of a wing back than a full back. He's the kind of new mould of a defender where, like the Mendy's, like the Walkers, where they bomb forward and put in...
What's he doing? What is he
doing?
Oh, my.
Oh, Sterling, baby!
Raheem Sterling is back anyway.
Surely he's got to take that on.
Again, that's
Look
it.
at that.
Ashley Young.
What a pass, Fernandinho.
Oh,
got to shoot earlier, Sean, isn't he?
Yes, when it came down, it was different in volley.
That's all Ashley Young again. He posts up inside, makes a lead, and Ashley Young's left to go.
That's right there. When it came down.
Come on, holding you.
Held on to the ball far too long there, Raheem Sterling, and the danger is cleared.
Go on.
Chance for United at the other end.
Look at my Rolls Royce. Fernandinho sweeps that up clean.
Al, surely, we mentioned earlier the options that Man United have on the bench.
Yeah, I think...
Surely Jose's got to change it now they're 2-0 down.
He's got to change it in the next 5 minutes at least.
Who'd come on for you?
I'd stick on Mata, definitely, considering the impact he's made.
Over Sanchez and Lukaku, yeah, he'd be the first up.
Mata over Sanchez, absolutely.
I think they need a more attacking player in that midfield three, but they don't necessarily have an out-and-out Pogba-esque player on that bench. Mata is the nearest fit, but again, that's where the issues are coming from.
Mata for Herrera. I would play Mata in the middle.
Yes, and 56 minutes gone now. 2-0 down, Man United. Surely it's only a matter of time before we see one of them introduced. And it is! Perfect timing. It is Lukaku. Looks like it's going to be the first substitute of the game.
I could bring off Lingard.
For Man United. Interesting to see who he brings on.
Yeah,
looks a bit chunky, does Rom?
All right.
You think?
Although, to be fair...
You think Lingard is Lingard, Pete?
It is Lingard. One of the funniest tweets I saw was Lukaku is just Danny Welbeck with a gym membership.
That is extremely harsh from Danny Welbeck, mate.
So there is the sub. Jesse Lingard off. Looks very disappointed, as you expect. Romelu Lukaku is on. Interesting to see what impact he will have on this game.
0. I'm only joking. No, I hope I jinx myself by saying that.
Your hat trick now.
This is the thing. United now just resort to long ball football. Playing long ball into Lukaku, hoping that he can hold it up and the wingers can feed off him into that space in the channels. But against a team like City, with a defence as strong as City's, I think they've only conceded what? Pen! Come on, give it!
Big moment in the game. Romelu Lukaku has just come on.
I told you. I said 100% penalty. I told you.
No.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Look at Rob running the channel.
Edison on Lukaku. Is that penalty for you?
All day, every day.
This is what we needed.
Penalty for Man United. Lukaku just come on. He wins the penalty.
Who's taking it?
57th minute. Pogba's not playing. Who takes it for you, Al?
Yeah, I agree with it. Lukaku.
No, not you.
He's old. Right.
Oh, he is as well.
This could be he's a professional footballer. He knows how to kick the ball.
I'm nervous. I want this.
No, I don't.
Martial. Here we go. See who's taking it.
It's Martial.
Oh, wow.
It's Anthony Martial who's going to take it.
Come on, boy.
Scored 4 of his last 5. He steps up.
Yeah! Get the ball.
Get back into it. Come on.
Big
on.
goal for Man United.
Let's
Man
go.
City 2, Man United 1. Jose Mourinho, thoughts?
I think this is the time, second half. Football club, they are fantastic. Paul Pogba very happy in the audience. Shaun Goater, you're very quiet. You're very quiet.
Yes, I'm not happy. That's this now momentum. See, this people's going to believe now that United can come back in this game.
Yeah, did it last season.
So the next 10 minutes is so important for City. So important.
30 seconds, Shaun Goater, from coming on, winning the penalty and scoring the penalty. Instant impact, that is, Lukaku.
Instant impact. And first touch, makes a run, grabs the ball. Well, sorry, he doesn't take the penalty, but it makes an impact immediately.
Yeah, Martial
and you
scored
can
the
look at
penalty, Lukaku winning the penalty.
yes, Guardiola's face. And the fans will also be thinking, now if United get a little momentum now, which they are, all of a sudden it turns. Everyone, City fans get nervous. So the next 10 minutes is so important for City.
Yeah, Anthony Martial scored in 5 successive Premier League games now for the first time in his career. He is on fire for Man United. He is their top goal scorer, of course, in all competitions this season. Scored 5 of his 8 shots on target since October before today. He is a man on form. Surely they're going to sort out his contract, and it's only a matter of time.
Get it sorted quick.
I think the tides are shifting here because I think if you're City, you're thinking we should be out of sight here. We should be this game should be done, but somehow United are back in it. You know, it's a new lease of life for United here. You can even tell by the way they're playing now. There's more confidence in the ball. They're playing it out from the back.
It's funny, but this is
Look at that, and they've got through their press.
It's familiar territory for them as well. They come into the game at this point.
United playing well,
my God.
winning the free kick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how you can also tell, Pete Dorman, that United are getting back into it is Shaun Goater has been a lot more quiet this half than you were the first half.
I may watch it from behind the sofa. The United's now a little bit of belief is there, or a lot of belief, and now, you know, you're going to now see what United can do offensively, whereas we hadn't seen that up until now. And this is what United's capable of. And there you go. Fellaini will come into the game now.
It's another set piece. United. Big chance this as well.
I just had deja vu back to this game last year. It was a Ashley Young in swinger, wasn't it?
Yes,
Before?
it was.
From this 2-1.
Good knowledge. Big chance for United. Free kick outside the box. Quite a long way out, but it's whipped in.
Who's there?
Second phase, come on.
And it's cleared for Man City. Will, how have people reacted?
Well, there was a bit of response before Manchester United scored their goal. Guardiola's bold spot, jumping the gun, saying the power shift is official. United are in our shadows. Hashtag the football social. But Shaun, you look a bit more worried than you did 5 minutes ago.
Yes, but listen, we've got world-class players. It's about game management. We're going to manage this period.
No.
And then we're going to go on.
Strong tackle from Carl Walker.
Old school tackle, that one.
On Luke Shaw.
Let them know you're there.
Like a bit of, look at that, Sané.
no.
So there you go.
It looks like Leroy Sané is about to come on. Who do you think he'll bring off?
Mahrez.
Mahrez, Sterling, who do you think?
Mahrez has been quiet, yeah. Mahrez has been quiet.
He assisted the
Dave, we haven't been to you this half yet. Arsenal Wolves, what's going on?
We had a chance, ball come out to Torreira, he's had a dig,
absolutely
and he's snipped over the bar.
shocking.
That's pens.
But yeah, we're just not playing well, to be honest.
Torreira. Wolves deserve their 1-0 lead?
I think on the balance of play now, you'd say yeah, because we're just not creating anything. It's not great, but we're on the ball here in the Wolves' final third, but we're going sideways. This is not great. Lovely ball that is. Take your time, but it's my man Mustafi on the wing. Cool sip like he is.
And Dave, you've gone for the scarf. Is that are you colder than you were in the first half?
I'm just
superstitious thing. What is it?
I'm just very, very annoyed, Smithy. To be honest with you, it's just
Yeah, tomorrow.
not great. It's just not great.
Substitution: Shaun Goater in the Man City game.
Yes, Mahrez is a bit quiet. Normally, you know, he'll do the cut, and he'll send you, if you understand, the wrong way. But he's not been as effective as we normally see. But Sané will come on now, and, well, it's nothing but pace. So he will stretch United and put United back on the back foot.
Yeah, Riyad Mahrez scored 6 goals in his last 10 appearances in all competitions. Been in good form, but hasn't done much this half. As the guys are saying, he is replaced by Leroy Sané. So Sané on in that game. Will, any more from social media?
Yeah, people, I mean, the guy got the points earlier in the day, 3 points in the bag at Liverpool. People wanting Jurgen Klopp's reaction to this so far. Shaun, if that's all right for you to do an impression. No, obviously, I'm joking.
You know, two very good teams, but you know, they're stretching them a lot. So yeah, it's been difficult for Man United to come back into the game, but you know, this is football. You never know what happens. You know, yeah, for sure.
absolutely. Haven't done that impression in a long time. As I know Sir Alex is in the crowd now as well. I was looking at the second half, they're playing absolutely great, and then the first half is crap. It's a stupid mistakes in the midfield, and Herrera giving away all the time as ridiculous.
Do you've got the hairdryer treatments, Sir Alex?
You know, listen, the Roy Keane would have said it as well. You know, it's crap. You know, the way they're playing. And Dave over there, listen, will you cheer up a little bit, okay? My team are losing as well, Dave, okay? Okay.
Roy, funny you should say that. We've just had a tweet in just saying Dave is so sad.
Yeah. Is that all it says?
That's all it says.
Dave is so sad.
Listen, he's great. You know, he's great. He's a lovely guy. But, you know, listen. You know, I understand passion and all that, but a bit of optimism. Here we go, City on the break.
Oh, I love it. Dave, Dave is so sad that tweet. Have you got anything you'd like to say, and how is the second half panning out since we last came to you?
I'm trying to be positive because I don't want to be told off by Roy Keane again. You know what I mean? But,
love it.
There's nothing. There's no there's no fluidity. Fluidity? Fluidity to our play. It's just not great. But you know, I don't even know if we got on the bench because we got. I think we got Goater on the bench.
The thing is, Dave, you haven't. It's interesting, isn't it? Because you don't tend to play well in first half.
Oh, for goodness sake, this is a chance.
You scored most of your goals in the second half. As I said, that Wolves on the attack.
Oh, well done. Mustafi, man.
Big chance for Wolves to make it 2-0 and it's cleared.
Come on.
19, Dave, of Arsenal's 25 Premier League goals have come in the second half. You are the top scorers in the second half in the Premier League this season, if there is any hope.
There's
for
an
Arsenal
awful lot
fans.
of positives to come from that. So we just need to start building. Like, you know, there's just nothing coming. It's like,
Again, Herrera giving the ball away.
He needs
great.
Herrera needs to be taken off. He's...
Do you want one?
I don't know, how many times has he given the ball away now? It must be the 7th or 8th time.
I think it's double figures.
It has to be double figures.
Brilliant.
Smith, we just had a great question in.
Go on.
Al, really putting you on the spot here, but I don't expect you to do it, but someone just asked for Al to do a Shaun Goater impression.
Oh, hello. Al Foran, master impression. Can we get
that the worst thing I could
Shaun Goater's reaction to this second half, please?
I mean, do you want to work on it, Al, and we'll come back to you later?
I mean, there's a bit of a... No. That's pressure, lads. That's pressure.
That was my fault. I was a bit too hard.
He talks a lot of sense, so we want to hear it.
Shaun, just keep talking there constantly.
Yeah.
Just quit talking here.
But a big debate I'd like to get from the sofa as well is from Neutral Corners asked, who is the best goalkeeper? Is it David De Gea or Edison?
Edison.
Yeah.
De Gea all day. Stop.
Okay.
Shaun.
Sean Edison. You said Edison. Why Edison for you?
Because he keeps clean sheets, because he's a great footballer, he's a midfielder in goal.
Yeah,
Listen,
Edison keeps clean sheets because they have one of the best defences in the league.
Wow.
Like,
It helps.
If you look at last season, De Gea faced almost double the amount of shots Ederson did and conceded maybe 4 more goals.
He's conceded goals.
You know, and
I don't get the argument. People say, well, because he could play out the back because he plays for Spain. Well, no one pressures Spain.
No, I think Ederson's a good keeper. I think he is. He's not. He's not on De Gea's level. I wouldn't even say he's. I think Alisson's actually a better keeper than him.
Well, what was Shaun Goater say then?
I just changed the subject very well.
Addison, all day.
Don't give him
I think Ederson is like Pep Guardiola.
Whoa!
I think he's Pep Guardiola's new Victor Valdez.
Ooh.
I think Victor Valdez was always an average goalkeeper.
Always.
Just had a very.
He's had a great defence.
He had a brilliant defence and he had Puyol and Piqué in front of him.
Was he average or was he just always in Casillas' shadow?
That's just
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, I personally think there's no other keeper in the same league as
He was
De Gea.
he was prone to a lot of mistakes, so.
Yeah.
Valdez.
Well, currently we've got Park the Boss.
I do like Ederson though. I think he's a good ball-playing goalkeeper, which is.
Yeah, his distribution's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, good question, though. Good question. 2 top keepers, David De Gea goals conceded. 20 Premier League goals conceded already this season, though, for David De Gea. But whether that is, as Pete Dunn quite rightly pointed out, whether that is the benchmark of goalkeeping, I think that it's not really, for me, the benchmark of goalkeeping because of the defenders you've got in front of you.
Determine how good a goalkeeper is, I would say, would be shots per goal. How many shots they're facing per goal they concede.
Yeah. Or how many they concede on a corner.
There's no doubt about it, though. David De Gea will be very disappointed with the goal that he has conceded, the second City goal here. Because if we're calling him the best goalkeeper in the world, that's a goal that shouldn't be going in the back of the net.
But at the same time, he also shouldn't be that exposed. You know,
City
shouldn't be able to cut through United's defence. He should be afforded more protection.
Yeah.
I actually did a season in nets for Meadow Park under-16s.
Did you? How did it go?
Yeah, well, I felt I would have saved that. It's more of a wrist job, that, instead of the hands, just bat it away.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
From the world's best.
Clip that out and send it to him.
Oh, this is Sane.
Long ball for
now.
City, Sane in the corner.
Yeah. Rule number 2, that is, Smithy.
I love it.
It's still in.
It's still in, is it not?
Foul. We've got the foul. I see the City fans clapping.
Ashley Young's not happy with this decision at all.
There we go. It's like a corner, so
it's like
a high chance United to concede. I'm having that stat.
Well, again,
I have to say, though, great distribution from Edison.
There you go. You see? You're not the only one that sees it.
Yeah, no, again, he has better distribution than De Gea, 100%. But De Gea is the better shot stopper. And for me, a keeper's #1 role is to save shots, to stop shots.
So I see 2-1 Man City.
Yeah. Well, as in...
He ain't stopped those 2 shots.
Chance here, Shaun. Let's Shaun, can we get your live commentary over this chance for Man City, please?
Well, yes, it's an out-swinging free kick just off the byline. Sane rips it in.
Yeah,
well, it's a poor cross. It hits the near post. Is well clear. United's not really pushing out too quickly. They don't want to give up their spacing behind.
David De Gea set up the wall very well there, didn't he, defensively, to clear the danger. Impressed with De Gea there?
Well...
the one-man wall?
All about the one-man wall.
Yes.
Would Edison have done that?
Well, Edison would have just came and collected that.
Shaun, you know why that was bad? Because it wasn't technically a corner.
Yeah,
it was a free
really
kick.
good point.
It was a free kick.
Exactly, it wasn't technically a corner.
Oh, Dave.
There we go. What a... Ooh.
Oh. What's the latest in your game, mate?
Well, Unai Emery's been very good with substitutions since she's come in, and he needs to change something here because this is not great at all.
Who would you like to see come on?
I think the only player we've got probably is Mkhitaryan. At least he's a little bit more creative over, because at the moment we've got 3 holding players, which is...
Ramsey's on the bench as well?
I don't want to see Ramsey leaving.
Okay.
Leaving.
Well,
If he comes on it and does something, then... Hold on, here we go.
Aubameyang, player of the month, Dave. Do you think that's well deserved?
Well, he scored a lot of goals.
There we go.
Oh.
Great hands.
Easy.
Premier League player of the month.
Yeah, he scored a lot of goals, so you can see why. But yeah, it was nice for him to win an award. Great. And Aaron Ramsey got goal of the month, didn't he?
He did get goal of the month for that team goal. Yeah, Aubameyang joint top Premier League goal scorer with Eden Hazard and Sergio Aguero. Although Sergio Aguero has scored today, so that means he's now gone above him. So Aubameyang needs a goal to equal Aguero in this one. And what's happening in the Arsenal game?
Chucking the ball away there. He
What's
needs to
happened
get hold of the ball. So he's just been given a yellow card for dissent.
Ozil's body language has been interesting this season, hasn't it? He threw his gloves on the floor after he got subbed. He looks a bit angry there. Does he painting a bit of a frustrated figure, do you think?
Well, he should be frustrated at himself, to be honest, after today, because he's not done anything to actually influence this football game. And you know, we are 70 minutes in, and that's not great to be saying about our supposed playmaker.
Al, you just started celebrating.
Juan Mata, the special Juan, is coming on.
He's got to come on for Herrera.
He's got to.
I reckon.
I hope we get a free kick.
Oh, it was beautiful.
70 minutes gone in both games. Just a reminder of the score. It is Arsenal 0, Wolves 1.
Oh!
Big chance, Dave Jackson.
Yes, it was a wonderful bit of play on the left. The ball was cut back, pretty much inch perfect to Hector Bellerin. All he's got to do is take his time, have a bit of composure, and he's just swung a leg at it, and he probably should have at least hit the target. I'm not saying he should have scored, but he should have hit the target.
Narrowly over the
bar.
bar.
Not great, once again, but at least they're creating, so it's positives.
It's positives
Come on.
for you.
It's just build on it now. Let's have another
game
chance.
It is, of course, Man City 2, Man United 1. And you're excited that Juan Mata is on the pitch, Al Foran. Big Juan Mata fan.
Yeah, he's just consistent.
No, is he on yet?
He's he's not on yet.
Coming on now, just any moment now, and the ball's out of play.
He's just consistent. You know, he can come up with something.
I'll tell you what.
Intelligent little player.
I'll tell you what is consistent. You might as well know he's Spanish food at his lovely tapas restaurant in Manchester.
Oh,
Wands. It's great. Yeah. If you're ever in Manchester, get yourself down to the Deansgate area. That's a free plug.
Well, that is a wonderful thing from you. This is from Chris Eubank. Beautiful food, the tapas in Juan Mata's restaurant. Really wonderful. But he's a player that excites me. And also, Alexis Sanchez is coming on. Yes. Yes, justify your £350,000 a week. You little mercenary. Or just go away in January to PSG, where you'll sit on the bench and Neymar and Mbappe will play ahead of you.
Thank you very much, Chris Eubank.
If the rumours are true in the papers.
There is Jose Mourinho. Looks very
Cranky.
frustrated. Sat down. He's not very animated today, Jose. Usually see Jose pacing up and down the touchline, but looks quite chilled, doesn't he? Jose Mourinho.
It's still good for you. It's still good for United at 2-1 right now. He's just brought on some firepower.
Yeah.
And so there's still the opportunity from a set piece with Fellaini, Lukaku, but also creatively is now. But the other side is as well, they could be experienced because they've got more attacking players on. So I'd like to hope that, well, I know City's going to take advantage of that now.
And it's interesting to see Pep's body language completely different to Jose. Jose just sat back, very chilled in his chair, whereas Pep is pacing up and down the touchline. Incidentally, this is their 22nd managerial meeting between Pep and Jose.
Take time.
Shot for Arsenal. Arsenal. Dave Jackson's disappeared from the studio. There he is.
Dave.
What? Dave, what happened, mate?
I don't know. He's missed. What
happened? What happened?
So ball was kind of. It was a lovely bit hold-up play. He's played it wide again. Lovely ball in from Bellerin. It's a my God, it's a post. Aubameyang, player of the month, should have scored there. No excuse whatsoever.
It's a huge miss from Aubameyang. And you thought that was in, David. There's a part of you. I saw you jump up, but it wasn't to be.
Here we go. Here we go.
Steady on the break.
So it's still Arsenal 0, Wolves 1. Chance for City.
Here it comes.
Wrong decision there. He had 2 passes.
Smithy just on a bit more Dave back in nature. Said at least Dave has a scarf around his neck to cry into.
Dave.
My God.
You have a right to reply, Dave
Jackson. It's coming. This is a lot better than what it was 10 minutes ago, that's for sure. So, there's some Wolves player down. Get him off. Pathetic. And let's move on. Go on, Shaq.
What's happening here?
Well, he's just time wasting. Nothing wrong with him. I don't know. The Wolves number 10. It's just pathetic. Get him off. Wasting my time.
Gundogan's coming on.
For Aguero.
And there's a substitution in our feature game as well. It looks like Sergio Aguero is coming off. Shaun, you're not happy about this, are you?
I don't know what's happening there.
Sergio Aguero.
Another goal.
Well, this is
you know what? This shows the smarts of Pep Guardiola, because I think he's actually... The players are so versatile that any player, any midfield player can play up top. And I think it's about ball retention now to just... take this thing out of the
I mean, it's clearly Pep is not playing for this 2-1 win. You know, this is a defensive substitution. And I don't necessarily think that's the best thing, because Juventus tried to do it midweek. They just brought on a defensive midfielder and just sat back for the last 20 minutes and let United have the ball.
Oh, here's Mark, the floor manager, a.k.a. milking airtime like he does most weeks. Mark, you're coming to look at Shaun's mic, apparently. Yeah, he's not mic'd either, so that was a silly question. But he is in vision again, so round of applause for Mark, the floor manager, everyone. Yes. Confirmation of that substitution. It is Sergio Aguero's off, Ilkay Gundogan is on. And interesting looking...
Oh, my God.
Interesting looking at Sergio Aguero's body language. He wasn't happy. Pep Guardiola embracing him on the touchline. He did not want to be coming off in this game with such a narrow lead. Thank you to Mark for sorting out the microphone. But Gundogan's on for Aguero. Interesting sub that.
Yes, I think Gundogan's a player that keeps the ball, just keeps circulating the ball so City can dominate possession, take total control of this game and eventually score, create 1 or 2 opportunities, because United's going to press more.
And speaking of substitutions, there's another one in the Arsenal game, Dave.
Substitution. We have used all our subs now. We have brought Aaron Ramsey on for Mesut Ozil. I can kind of understand that. And he's brought Mkhitaryan on for Kolasinac, which probably means Granit Xhaka is going to go to left-back. So this should be some fun and games in the last 15 minutes.
And we spoke about Ozil's body language. Didn't look too happy earlier. How did he react to being substituted?
He actually wasn't too bad. He gave the armband to Aaron Ramsey. He shook the other players' hands. He didn't make eye contact with an Emre, but he was also talking to someone else. So I don't know if there's any much to read into that. But he hasn't... Mesut Ozil has not done enough today. So he probably deserves to come off.
Interesting incident there. Hands around the neck of Alexis Sanchez from Mendy there.
It's a free kick.
Interesting that. Interesting tussle. And Sanchez is on the deck.
Good.
He's OK. Play carries on. Interesting, that man there. Price boost on your screen right now. Sanchez to score the 4th goal of the game. Was 28-1, it's now 33-1. What a price boost that is. 33-1 for Sanchez to score the 4th goal with Sky Bet. Don't forget, it must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. Are we going to see a Sanchez goal, Al Foran?
No. It's not looking likely. They're dominating possession. United just, as you said, they're toothless.
33-1, Sanchez. Okay.
But you never know. They could turn it on. These last 10 minutes now, you really do see
I think if anyone's going to make a difference, it's going to be Lukaku because he's fresh legs, he's big as well. You know, he can make a nuisance of himself in that box. Same with Fellaini as well. And it's a bit of a shame to say that, you know, United, a team who have been so good going forward in years gone by, that they now have to rely on somebody making a nuisance of themselves in the box to get
Chance
a goal.
for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's... Torreira! Come on.
Dave will stay with you for this. And it's cleared. Thanks, Dave. It is cleared, but it is a... Is it a corner?
Corner, Smith.
Corner, OK.
Come on.
They're so invested in this match. Meanwhile, Sane's got the ball.
That's twice now as well.
In a dangerous area for Man City. Plays it back to David Silva. He's had another great game. David Silva's been brilliant for Man City today. 78 minutes gone. Corner's whipped in for Arsenal.
They're actually playing well now. They're great. Oh, he's a big lad, isn't he?
There's no point United pressing high and trying to win the ball when Ashley Young can just let a 70-yard ball from Ederson go over his head to Leroy Sané on the left.
Ederson's distribution has been brilliant today, actually. Absolutely brilliant from Ederson.
Oh,
chance for City! Oh. Still a half chance. Still got the ball in their box. Sterling in the box. Let him turn. Don't let him turn.
He will not shoot.
No foul, no foul.
Feet! Absolute feet from Leroy Sané there. But the danger is cleared. We are into the 80th minute, approaching the 80th minute in the Arsenal game, 78th minute. Lots of chances for City to kill this game, but it's still only 2-1, Shaun. Are you worried?
No.
You're not at all?
No, we are a little worried, I have to be honest. Pep is sharing a little concern as well, and you can tell with the substitutes, but it needs that third goal to really kill this off, because United, Jersey will feel relaxed and still have a belief that there's two or three chances coming.
Interestingly, Anthony Martial, the first United player to score in 5 consecutive Premier League games since who? Who was the last player to score in 5 consecutive games? Sorry?
Robin Van Persie?
Yes, it was. That was a rubbish.
Am I supposed to? Was I supposed to answer
that?
that?
No, I just thought it'd be harder than that. It was December 2012, January 2013. We will move on. Well done, Al Foran.
That was the last 10 minutes of the show, that, Al.
Yeah.
I thought that was supposed to be
with
for
Social Corner.
The people out there.
Any better questions than that?
Get your questions in on the Social Corner at Football Daily, at SoccerAM, hashtag the Football Social. And Al, people wanting more impressions from you. They're wanting Wayne Rooney's reaction to this so far.
It's quite difficult to obviously watch it. They're all over us, and I mean, DC United have put up a better game than this.
Wayne, can I just ask you, are you looking forward to playing for England again?
Really excited against the United States of America. It's been a great country to me, and it's really different over there. They call chips French fries, and they call the pat the sidewalk, and the food portions are a lot bigger, so really looking forward to it. And Donald Trump is the president.
You know, he's a wonderful guy, Wayne. He's a great player, a fantastic player, let me tell you. Really great. He's got great skill. He can score. And Gundogan, oh my God, Gundogan is just... How wide was that, Shaun? How wide was that?
Really
I thought he was a highly rated player. Where did you get it from? Dortmund? Dortmund? Dortmund?
Yes.
Dortmund, he's a very bad player. I don't like him.
Thank you very much, Donald Trump.
No problem. The greatest president ever. Thank you. That's what you should have said. President Trump. You should have shown me a lot more respect. Don't put a little balloon, a little air balloon up with me in London and show me that disrespect. I'm sorry that I didn't bow to the Queen. I just don't like bowing. I'm really sorry.
Brilliant. Will, any more questions for the rest of us on the sofa?
The Dave bashing continues. Dutchy Robert says, is the Arsenal hype train finally coming to a halt? Thank God. Obviously, they had that great run at the start of the season, but...
no, we're still going to get something out of this game.
Still think Arsenal can get something out of the game, Dave?
You can't judge it off one game.
Dave did say 3 points, so just remember that if you're getting in touch. That's hashtag
Go on, Tony. Somebody give him an option. Somebody give him an option.
Smithy, a question in for you as well, actually. Who will manage Tottenham Hotspur when Pochettino goes to Real Madrid?
Do you know how many times I've been asked this question, Will? Many times.
Yeah?
And I'm as close up on me now. Hopefully, Pochettino doesn't leave for Real Madrid is the answer.
So this says, when?
I'm going to stick with that.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah. On a serious note, Levy has got to back Poch. He's got to give him some money in the window, because it's the first time this season I have seen Poch's body language change a little bit, and you can see his frustration on the touchline with the lack of investment that he was given in the summer transfer window. I do still stand by the fact that I think he loves managing Tottenham Hotspur. I know that he wants to be managing Spurs in the new stadium, because there's so many quotes that say that he wants that. He wants to get the team to the new stadium. He loves building, bringing the young players through. So there's a lot of positives for Spurs fans, but we need to give him the backing that he deserves, because he's been the best manager that Spurs have had in a long time, and he is more important than any other player for me to keep at Tottenham.
Come on, Hector.
The day we lose Spurs is a very bad day for Tottenham Hotspur.
But do you think, if it does come to that point, Smithy, do you think... And I've always thought someone like Eddie Howe could actually...
I'm a big fan of Eddie Howe, yeah, big fan of Eddie Howe.
And I think his style of football would definitely suit Spurs.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Eddie Howe because of what he's done on a limited budget with Bournemouth, and the fact that when they came up, you see a lot of teams that come up from the Championship and they play within their resources. They try playing defensively, or they sit with two banks of four. Whereas Eddie Howe's always had this philosophy of playing out from the back and playing the right way. I actually did an interview with Eddie Howe for Soccer M as well, and we did it in his manager's office, and I was blown away by the amount of books that he had. Research books on Barcelona, the tiki-taka model, Cruyff, all these managers, and he's such a football philosopher. And the job that he's done with the limited budget and the way that Bournemouth play, I think, is incredible. How well he'd do at a top club is unknown.
It remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen, yeah. But
I think it would definitely be a logical step up for him.
Yeah,
it would be.
As a Tottenham fan, where you want Tottenham to say 4 or 5 years, should you not be attracting a manager with a higher calibre, more established manager than Eddie Howe?
The thing is, though,
of European football.
But when Pochettino came, Pete, he wasn't of the calibre he was now. So there's nothing to say that Eddie Howe couldn't be that calibre. He would be a more risky appointment, but you just don't know. There's not to say that he wouldn't be successful, because when we had Pochettino, a lot of people, there were doubters about him, and he's proven to be one of the best managers we've had. So, but I think every Spurs fan would agree with me that keep Pochettino under any circumstances is the answer. But any other questions?
Yeah, another one.
Good today, Will.
Another divisive one to split the sofa. Anakin Skywalker got in touch last week, and he says, hashtag the football social. Raheem Sterling or Antonio Martial?
Oh, there we
go. No, hang on, Wolves
chance
are in.
for Wolves.
Oh,
it's a big save in the Arsenal game, Dave. Leno.
Big saves from Leno.
Let's just go to Dave and talk us through what happened there, because that is a big moment in the Arsenal game.
Absolutely ripped apart on the counter-attack. Very good play from Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's held the ball, kept it at the right moment, and just slid it off to his right. And to be honest, Wolves probably should have scored.
One-on-one.
Fantastic save from...
Big save from Leno.
Leno. So well done, Leno.
And that is Traore again. How many times have you seen Donald Traore with absolute pace, rapid, just walking through?
This guy cut you apart last week. Who's coming on for Wolves?
He did, yeah.
Is it Gibbs White?
Gibbs White is coming on. Made a great appearance against Spurs last week. Can only be 5 minutes or so remaining in that game. 5 minutes remaining in our other game as well. It's Man City 2, Man United 1. So both games very evenly poised. Shaun, chance for Man City.
Yeah, starting in the box. They can't touch him. Here it is. Ronaldo.
Yes! That was big.
Yes!
Big goal for City.
Gundogan, I tell you. Get down.
How did he have
that defending is absolutely appalling.
He literally had 3 touches in the 6-yard box.
It's a big goal. It is Man City 3, Man United 1.
It's over. I can see where Mourinho's coming from, where he wanted a centre half in the summer, because that is absolutely shocking. That is disgraceful.
That's inspired by Pep bringing Gundogan on as a
isn't it? Great substitute. Pep Guardiola bringing Gundogan on for Aguero. We thought it was a negative sub, but Gundogan has put the ball in the back of the net. It's 3-1. Surely that is game, set and match for Man City. Shaun, talk us through the goal.
Over. Listen. Great little slip ball. Wow. Sterling does well. Rose is back outside.
Matic.
Yes, they try to step up. Young stays deep. He's onside from the cross. He has time. Gundogan has time to bring it down. Matic actually leaves him.
Completely leaves him.
If he tracks him, he stops that. And, well, he just knocks it in. De Gea tries to do his best, the best goalkeeper. And, well, it's just...
Chance for Arsenal! Goal for Arsenal, Dave!
That's it, Mickey! Slagging you off last week, you popped up with a blind there. Well done!
Oh, no.
We just saw Wolves had the chance to make it 2-0.
the least
Didn't
five
take
to
it.
go.
Arsenal equalised. Mkhitaryan.
This lot
Talk us through the goal, Dave. Replay on the screen now.
It was a corner. Xhaka, he kind of passed about. They're messing about with it. I don't know what he was thinking. Mkhitaryan's taken a touch. He's looped it over the top. Everyone's missed it.
It's a lucky
and
goal.
It's gone in the far corner. Well done, Henrik Mkhitaryan. You a beautiful, beautiful man.
It's a screamer.
Screamer, it definitely was. Well done.
It's a late goal for Arsenal. Chance to see again. What happened there, Sean?
Well, it should have been a penalty.
Penalty for you?
Well, Sane makes a diagonal run, a straight ball from Silva,
free kick
outside the box. And it's just a forearm hurled onto that Sane.
Oh, no.
It was a proper block. It should have been a free kick outside the box.
Interesting. It's all going, both of our games. 3-1, and it's 1-0 Arsenal with that equaliser. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be kicking themselves. They didn't make it 2-0. Down the other end, Arsenal equalised. Deserved goal for Arsenal,
Yeah,
Dave?
definitely. Definitely, mate, yeah. Now it is a corner to Wolves, so we've just got to keep it, tight, because I think our game kicked off a little bit later than yours.
It did.
So
Kicked off a few minutes later, so they'll be a little bit longer. We're in the 88th minute at the Etihad, so they're probably in about the 85th at the Emirates. Corner for Wolves.
Yes, this is going to be dangerous, but we just... Yes, come on. Come on, Arsenal, let's go, let's go.
Stay with Dave for the corner.
Oh, come on. Out. Oh! Well done, Leno.
Leno's had a good game for Arsenal.
He has actually played very well today. He has
kept them in the game
very well. He has on multiple occasions. Come on.
And Arsenal straight down the other end. Risky header back, but it is caught by Rui Patricia in the Wolves goal. It's very open, that match. 1-1. Both teams going for the win in that game. 87 minutes gone in that game. We're into the 89th minute now at the Etihad. Surely it is all over for Man United, Al.
Yeah.
Any hope at all left for you guys?
No hope. It's well deserved as well for City. United's defending has just been suspect. It's been absolutely shocking, as it has been since the start of the season.
Get him up.
Last year, seemingly, the defence was actually pretty decent last year, but as I said, I can understand where Mourinho's coming from. A new centre-back is needed.
Yeah, you mentioned the defensive records. 18 goals Man United have conceded in their 11 Premier League games before today, which is their worst defensive start to a season in 17 years. They had conceded just
quite
5 goals
for
at this stage last season.
Again, this is the thing, Mourinho says he needs centre-backs, but he's the one who bought Lindelof. He bought Eric Maguire
as well, And he's not playing him,
But so, I mean, if you're the board and he's already spent in surplus of £60 million on centre-backs, he's coming to you saying he needs more centre-backs, better centre-backs. He's like, well, you should have spent that money better in the first place.
I understand that, but at the end of the the board have the money to spend.
Look at that keeper. That's a keeper.
Chance for United. We're in the 90th minute now. Chance for Man United in Man City's half. A lot of blue shirts around Matic, though.
If you want to challenge for the title, then spend. Buy those kind of players. Don't go off to wherever, Thailand, and do a washing up liquid brand sponsor, because that's what the club's doing constantly. There's this. It's not a football club anymore. It's a brand, and that's what the board wants. They don't want to strengthen the team. It's not about the team anymore. If you look at the project that Pep has at City, he's bringing in all the players he wants, that he desires to bring in. Mourinho's not given that opportunity. He's bought a couple of centre backs, but he needed a world-class centre back in Alderweireld or Skriniar or someone this summer, and he wasn't given that. Look, we have Smalling and Lindelof playing centre half. It's shocking.
Yeah,
it's shocking.
If you look at the two best teams in the Premier League in City and Liverpool, they've been kind of like a 3-season project where they've gone and they've strengthened where they needed to strengthen. City spent £250 million on wing backs. Liverpool went and got Alisson, went and got Van Dijk.
Yeah.
They're spending the money where they need
to strengthen.
And it's no shock. Those are the two best teams in the Premier League at the minute.
Sean, substitution for Man City.
Yes.
What does it tell you?
My skipper, David Silva. Look at him, the genius. Look, he just goes off. Everyone's got to tap him, say, well done.
Clapping.
He's been brilliant. He just controls the game. Listen, Isibas, he makes it look so easy.
And he's coming off for Phil Foden. Thoughts on Phil Foden, Sean?
Well, the future. The future for City, I say the future, half the team's 22. But also great for England as well. Yeah, he comes on a few minutes, gets another appearance. Would like to have gotten more minutes, but, he'll come on and have a few touches and see the game through as well.
Yeah, just had the replay of the David Silva goal there. The whole of the Etihad standing to applaud him. Great game for David Silva into the last few minutes in that one. There he is. All smiles for David Silva.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dave, a little bit behind in your game because the second half kicked off a bit later. Who looks more likely to get the win?
This ref's had a nightmare. There was a Wolves player down for at least 4 minutes, and he hasn't included any of that in the added time. So there's 5 minutes added time, but
you wanted 9?
It should be at least 7. So I'm not happy. But we've got the ball.
Arsenal with a chance. Dave, I think it was quite a lucky goal. I've seen it back.
Yeah,
everyone missed it. It went straight into the back of the net. Adama Traore showed his face. Chance for Traore. Big chance. It is all Wolves. Arsenal don't know what they're doing. It should be 5-0 to Wolves. Of course I'm joking because I'm a Spurs fan, but that is a big chance for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Leno again, I have to say, Leno has been excellent today for Wolves. Dave Jackson, for Arsenal, sorry. And again, though, Adama Traore causing a lot of problems.
He's extremely quick, but he should definitely score there.
He does well there. Great composure.
Look at that. Great save, that is.
It's a very good save from Leno. And Wolves have had a lot of chances.
Oh my God, this is just beautiful. This is telephone box football. It's like 6 reds and 3 blues, and City are keeping the ball. How they're doing it, I don't know.
This is a training exercise.
It's a lot of great one-touch football there from Man City.
It is.
And Sterling sort of showboating as well with a few step-overs.
Mata saying, don't take the Mickey.
Juan Mata is saying, don't take the Mickey to Sterling.
I think that's the most angriest Juan Mata has ever been.
Possibly. And there is the final whistle. These are the scenes. Pep Guardiola's got another one over on Jose Mourinho as the match finishes 3-1 to Man City. A big win in the Manchester derby there. There's Ilkay Gundogan, who came on as a second-half sub for Aguero. Scored the 3rd goal. Gundogan, Aguero and David Silva with the goals for Man City. Anthony Martial scoring the only goal for Man United. City take all 3 points. City go to the top of the Premier League. There is Aguero. His new haircut splits opinion. His goal scoring doesn't.
No, it doesn't. The
Thanks,
platinum
Will.
hairdo is beautiful. The goals he scores are beautiful. Pep loving up Sterling, saying you're magical. It's just all beautiful today.
It's a big win for Manchester City in the title race. 22nd managerial meeting between Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho. Before today, Guardiola had 10 wins, make that 11. Just 5 for Mourinho, 6 draws. Interestingly, they've won 40 trophies between them, Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho, 20 each. So in terms of silverweight, exactly the same. There's Anthony Martial, who did play very well for Man United, scored in his 5th consecutive game. All 3 points belong to Manchester City. There's Sergio Aguero and Leroy Sané looking very happy with that win. Very convincing in the end. Maybe not in terms of scoreline, but in terms of the possession, the way the game panned out. It was a good win for Manchester City. It's going back to what other game he's playing.
He's in again, Dave!
Oh, Dave! There'll only be minutes remaining in the Arsenal-Wolves game.
Striker!
Crossbar! Big chance, it's all Wolverhampton Wanderers! They just hit the underside of the bar!
He's offside.
Dave Jackson!
He's given it.
Arsenal are very lucky in this game. Talk us through this.
Wow.
Strike from Neves.
It's just hit the underside of the bar. It's bounced down and hit the line. Wolves fans look absolutely gutted. Dave knows that Arsenal are clinging on here. They'll probably score the winner now.
See what, Ruben Neves only scores bangers.
Only scores.
Well, it's the thing. The first goal he scored for Wolves inside the box came the other week.
Yes, it did. First goal outside the box, scored more goals outside the box than any other player last season in the Championship. Wolves will be killing themselves. They haven't won this game. It is 1-1. And we're into the 94th minute. Big chance for Wolves. Dave, we'll come to you. Talk us through the last minute of this game, please, mate.
Yes, Arsenal have the ball in their half. Come on. Come on.
Surely they can't really have... Adama Traore has been absolutely brilliant in this match.
That'll do. That'll do.
And
Come
he's
on.
appealing for a free kick. Not given.
Come on,
But that's a
Mickey.
free kick to...
Oh, what's that?
Oh.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he did that a lot for United at times.
Just...
Well, Dave, a serious note, will you take a point because of how you played today?
Yes, I think I would.
Wolves have been the better team, correct?
I would say over the course of play, Wolves have been the better team,
Worrying
and
sign
we are
for
quite
Arsenal going
fortunate. We're quite fortunate on whatever point here. But I don't know how long is left, to be honest. It might be 10 seconds.
It's in the 95th minute
So
right
that's it,
now at the
yeah.
Emirates.
So that'd be the whistle, wouldn't it?
Arsenal 1, Wolves 1. No, it's not. It's still going on. Arsenal may have one last chance to try and nick it. No, they won't. There is the full-time whistle. It is finished. Arsenal 1, Wolves 1. Henrik Mkhitaryan getting the equaliser on 86 minutes after Cavallero started the scoring for Wolves in the 13th minute. 7 minutes of injury time was played, and Wolves hitting the underside of the bar through Ruben Neves in the 95th minute. So a bit of a let-off for Arsenal. Leno, who was excellent in goal. There he is.
Yeah.
Kept him in it.
He did.
Top six. Fantastic.
Yeah.
He did. Leno played extremely well today. We owe that point to him, I'd say. So well done, Leno.
An instant body language from the Wolves players here. There's Rui Patricia looking quite gutted with himself a bit for the goal. It wasn't his fault for the goal, was it? It was more, it wasn't cleared by any of the Wolves defence.
I'll be honest, I would say Wolves should feel very disappointed they didn't come away with all 3 points here. Arsenal did not play well whatsoever.
Traore should have won that.
He should have, yeah.
Traore's a dangerous player, isn't it? It's interesting that Traore never seems to start for Wolves. Never starts.
He's so
But
quick.
comes on in every game and makes instant impact. Just so quick. But the game has finished. So, feature games did finish. 3-1 Man City and 1-all Arsenal. Let's have a look at the Premier League table. So, Man City are top from that win. Shaun Goater, 32 points from 12. And look at that goal difference at this stage of the season. 31, plus 31. Liverpool in second, Chelsea in third, and Spurs make up the top four. 3 points, the difference between Tottenham and Arsenal, Dave, at this stage, following those drop points from Arsenal. Let's have a look at the bottom of the table. Fulham rock bottom. Goal difference of minus 20, 5 points from 12 games. Huddersfield and Cardiff make up the bottom three. Wolves into 11th following that draw. Right, we can catch our breath. 2 epic games. It's been an enjoyable show. We can show you the best of the Football Social from today. Here it is.
Look who's talking now. I have won, Champions Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues, Premier League, 3 Premier Leagues. What a
Here we go! Here we go! First goal! First goal, Man City won back at Huddersfield. It is that man again, David Silva, Shaun Goater.
Chance for Wolves.
Oh! Goal for Wolves! Come on! 1-0 Wolves. Dave, you haven't explained that goal. Can you explain that in as much detail as possible,
We've just been carved open, haven't we? It was shambles.
Oh! Yes! What a goal, Shaun Goater. Talk us through it.
The Platinum has done it again. Sergio. Yeah, baby.
Give us a dance.
Sergio. We're loving it.
Oh, wow. It's Anthony Martial who's going to take it.
Come on, boy.
Scored 4 of his last 5. He steps up.
Yeah! Get the ball.
Get back into it. Come on. Joe Pesci say in a polite way.
It's terrible. What are you doing? They're like clowns, 11 clowns in the pitch. They don't know what they're doing. 1-2, they're breaking it up. Look at this. It's terrible. It's crap. I don't know. Look, here we go again. Here we go. Clear it out, Lindelof, you idiot.
Goal for Arsenal.
It's
Chance for Arsenal. Goal for Arsenal, Dave.
That's it, Mickey! Slagging you off last week, you popped up with a flight there. Well done.
Oh, no.
We're really excited. Can see United States of America. It's been a great country to me, and it's really different over there. They call chips French fries, and they call the pats the sidewalk, and the food portions are a lot bigger. So really looking forward to it. And Donald Trump's the president.
Great stuff. What a show that's been. Catching our breath now. Shaun, we'll come to you first. Man City game, very, very comfortable win, very comfortable performance. Loads of positives for Man City.
Yes. It got a little nervy. It was very comfortable with that. It did get a bit nervy because it became 2-1, and we thought, is this going to be a repeat of the last one where United came back? But City were able to. Gundogan comes on and seals it, and all the nerves are calm, and City just dominate and see the game through.
Al, you look gutted, mate. Disappointing day for United.
Yeah, I suppose it was expected, though, wasn't it? I mean, without Pogba, I said it at the start of the broadcast. Without Pogba in the team, there was no chance whatsoever. There was a sense of hope when we scored the penalty, but City just comfortably came back into it again and controlled the game. Like I'm just getting sick of watching Man United and Man City where we have to sit back every time. Every time. It's really frustrating, and something has to change with the way the team play. Because you watch Liverpool playing against City, and they play against them. They go for it. United don't. It's really frustrating. And they've been doing it since, God knows how long. They've been doing it for about 5-6 years now, playing that way against Man City and actually letting them attack them and just sit. So it just needs to change.
Yeah,
completely.
Pete, looking at the league table, Man United 8th, 20 points, 8th in the league, 12 points behind Man City at this stage of the season.
I think actually more telling than that is the goal difference. In that City are sitting on 31 plus,
Yeah,
and United
plus
are minus
31.
1.
Yeah, -1. Correct.
Yeah, so again, that just shows that there's leagues between these two teams. And I think City showed a lot of character today. You know, United did well to get back in the game. Lukaku did well coming off the bench, making an instant impact. And 5 minutes then, United seemed to get a grip on the game. City just ruled that out and then just re-established dominance. And then just from then forward for the last 15 minutes, it was just like it was a training exercise that they just saw out the game.
Will, some good questions from social media. Colin, have you got any final thoughts from us?
Yeah, some
for us, should I say?
Great feedback coming in, just summing up the whole show, really. Sarso says, rest in peace, Dave, 2018. Louisa says, City legend is Shaun Goater. And Papa Americano says, Mourinho is back, they said. Manchester is red, they said. Summing up the Manchester City mood there.
OK. Interesting thoughts there. Dave, you caught your breath after that. 1-1. Yeah. Arsenal Wolves. Just dissect. We haven't spoken about the second game much. Dissect that result for Arsenal.
I'll be honest. I'm quite happy with the point considering how poorly they played. It's nice to kind of keep that unbeaten run going international break. A lot of our players looked very, very leggy, to be honest. So maybe they need to go and have a good hard think and look at themselves in the international break, because we can't keep playing like that. Because if we do against United and Spurs, we're not going to come away with many points. So we need to sort it out.
What, three days apart, is it?
We are, yes. But you know, we'll be back fresher.
Yeah. Fair point. That is nearly all that we have time for. Big thanks to Man City legend, first of all, Shaun Goater. Shaun, final thoughts on Man City's performance and their realistic hopes for this season. Can they win the treble? We spoke about it earlier in the show.
I think realistically, the club want to win the Premier League. They want to win Champions League. I think the treble may just be a little bit out of their hands, but if we can seal the other two, then that would be a brilliant season.
OK. Al Foran, any other final impressions that you haven't done on the show that you would like to do right now?
Oh, God.
Maurizio Sarri, disappointing day for him. How would he have reacted to that day?
The players wanted to play a better game, but this is football and now it needs to be played. So in the next game we play a lot better. So that is important.
Mark Wahlberg as well. I gave you a list.
You did give me a list,
I gave you a list. Where's your goddamn list?
I don't know where it's gone, actually.
Why aren't you looking at the goddamn list that I gave you? What was the point in me writing them all down for you, Smithy? God almighty.
You know what, Tyson Fury, Manchester United fan, I do feel that they were crap today. They didn't have no punch to them whatsoever. Sergio Aguero and his, whatever, his Final Fantasy haircut, whatever it is, you know, I don't know. It's hopeless. Top 4 is the priority. Top 4.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause to Al Foran coming on the show. Pete Dorman, thank you very much for coming on. Will Brazier from Sport. Dave Jackson, brilliant as always watching Arsenal. We'll be back on the 24th of November for the Saturday 3 o'clock. No show next week because of the international break. Have a great weekend. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the move.
You go mad there, you go mad.
Yeah, just say
questions to social.
and then we'll put the cameras on there.
Sorry, yeah, thanks.
was good fun. Most fun I've had watching like lose.
What should we? I thought no. Let's get the result in the bag first. Can we play you every week?
Right, should we get there you go.
Okay, guys, so have a look at me, and here you go. Couple there. Do we do one?
Yeah, is that right?
I know this is Shaun's phone, but
I'll send it.
Yeah. Excellent stuff.
Can you WhatsApp that, Shaun, then we'll put it on?
Yeah. Brilliant stuff.
I'll stick it up on me.
Excellent work, guys.
Instagram. I have to go. I have a back to the
can I do a quick thing for my Insta with you, very quickly? 2 minutes, little round up of the season so far with Harry Kane.
Oh, of course, yeah.
How do you know how long 2 minutes is? What is Instagram big? 2 minutes, right, Adam? I'm sure 1 minute is your phone, right? Yeah. 1 minute is it?
1 minute. Who do I invoice?
Yeah, speak to Phil. You got Phil's, thanks, mate. Phil, in fact, Chloe's for you invoice. You got Chloe's details. Chloe and Phil, who's email, and Luke, is it?
We've been long enough, haven't you?
Okay. It's on 7, yeah, it's on 7.
Never mind. Never mind. Oh, sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Lovely
Ta-ra.
to see you. Take care.
There's a lot of years running down the stairs.
Oh, I know. I remember when it used to be the ladder.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that was a death trap. I hated that too.